Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to live high school football. Week 6 here, and we're at School of the Osage. We're the 5th-ranked Class 3 Osage Indians on homecoming night. Play host to the Hallsville Indians. I'm William Holtz, joined by the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell. And Mike, tonight, Tri-County Conference District matchup, tons of implications, and we have two really good teams tonight.
I think so. Hallsville with not as good a record as School of the Osage. They're 2-3, 1-1 in conference play. But the teams that they've played and lost to, Palmyra, Centralia, and Boonville, the teams they lost to, have a combined record of 16-9. That's really good. And they were competitive, especially in the Centralia game. That's got to be an interesting game. Centralia and Hallsville are about 10 miles apart. There must be a lot of yapping going on during that contest as well.
I would imagine, and so for tonight, as we said, both teams, as I said, good teams, meaning 2-game winning streaks. Hallsville started the season 0-3, now 2-3. They've won 2 in a row, and we'll look to keep that going. As for Osage, they've won 2 in a row after starting the season 2-0, losing to Blair Oaks, of course, and so now at 4-1, tons out in front of them. And Mike, here on Lake TV the next 4 weeks, it's essentially the Osage Indians Football Network. Of course, we'll have Eldon in California in a couple weeks, but 3 of the final 4 weeks of the regular season, we've got the Osage Indians, including tonight on homecoming night on our Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. I'm going to talk with both head coaches, and Mike will take a trip down memory lane and look at how these teams have done the last few years head-to-head. That and a whole lot more when we return on our COMC pregame show.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Tailgate season is here. Get ready for the fun at Husker GMC. We have the best prices on Sierra trucks, perfect for every adventure. Right now, buy a new Sierra 1500 Elevation and save over $9,000 off MSRP. There's a reason why so many customers choose Husker GMC. Shop and save on Sierra 1500, 2500, and 3500 at your GMC truck headquarters. Shop now at huskergmc.com or visit our showroom in Lincoln. We are professional grade.
Hey everybody, it's Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. We're in the middle of a fall home sale, so that means great deals for every room of the house. Not only do you get great deals, but we're also offering 36 months interest-free financing on everything. Don't forget, we deliver the entire lake area. So come check us out, Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
Back at School of the Osage for your Central Ozarks Medical Center pregame show. William Holtz joined by the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell, and just about 25 minutes away from kickoff. And our visiting team, the Hallsville Indians, I look at them and I see a second-year head coach in Paul Stevens, who, although at 2-3, winners of 2 in a row, I look back at last season, Mike, and they got hot late in the season.
They did. Nice guy, by the way. I talked to him for a little bit, checked pronunciations as best we could. He's from Branson originally. He was an assistant coach at Boonville and a brand new AD there. It was his first hire, was Paul Stevens, so he's very grateful for that. And I've got to correct a mistake we made. They got rid of their beautiful natural turf grass a couple of years ago and put in AstroTurf, or whatever you want to call it, non-natural surface. But he said it's the best one he's ever been on. It's extremely soft. Yeah, and looking back to last year, what they had, Braden Matheny and Isaac Stinson, they're all over the state record book in 9 different categories in either passing or receiving. They were quite the pair. They moved on. I've got this note here real quick. Matheny went to CMU, and Stinson went to William Jewell, North Kansas City. And
when you say move on, no, they didn't leave the program. They graduated,
They graduated.
Right?
Well,
it's just great
No, they
players.
were free agents, and they went where the money was. No, I'm just kidding, obviously.
Don't be careful what you joke about in a handful of years. Oh, you only. No. All right, so Paul Stevens in his second year, where he told you 2-7 in the regular season last year, Mike, but not many teams go 2-7 in the regular season and find a way to win 5 games, including a district championship, and that was the case for Paul Stevens in his first season.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of district championships, especially you see it in basketball. Team gets hot at the end of the year, you roll into the districts as a 5 seed or something, beat the 4 seed, and then just roll on through. But that's the beauty of the district plays. You can say, okay, we're 2 and whatever it was, but you've got a chance to start over again. And if you've got something to build with, you've been working toward the districts the entire season, and Coach did a good job of taking advantage of it last year.
Yeah, and you mentioned he was a nice guy, and I got an opportunity to catch up with head coach Paul Stevens just a little bit ago. Hallsville head coach Paul Stevens, Indians riding a 2-game win. We got technical difficulties there just for a minute, so we'll get our interview with Paul Stevens here momentarily. But when you look at Hallsville, everything starts and ends with their junior quarterback. There's no doubt about it. Landon Cunningham, Mike, he passes for over 200 yards per game. He's got 8 passing touchdowns. Well, he's also their leading rusher, coming in at nearly 100 yards a game, and he's had century yard mark performances the last 2 weeks on that 2-game winning streak. And so he's going to be the one they're going to have to rally behind. And if you look at targets, his favorite target, number 10, Gabriel Jenkins, he's having a really nice season, 25 catches for 490 yards and 4 touchdowns. And so that's impressive. So look for those two to connect early and often tonight for Hallsville, because they like to run, but it's only with their quarterback they like to run.
And I think maybe we have our interview.
That's right. So momentarily, here's head coach Paul Stevens. Paul Stevens, Indians riding a 2-game winning streak, coach, and you guys got a tough Indians team here at homecoming. How do you guys get off to a fast start tonight?
Biggest thing is just staying disciplined and being physical. That offense they got rolling over there, but we have to be reading our keys and do our job and not try to do too much. And then offensively, we got to be able to get first downs and eat up some clock and then finish drives with touchdowns.
Coach, you always want to be playing your best football as this regular season winds down. We saw that from your team last year, and we're seeing that now. How do you guys feel like you shake out in this district down the stretch?
I feel like we're a lot further ahead than we were last year at this point. Our biggest thing, number one, staying healthy. If you can stay healthy at the end of the year and be able to play your dudes at the right time, you always going to have a chance. And then secondly is just the execution part of it. If you can execute both offensively and defensively, you're going to give yourself a chance. And as coaches, just putting our players in great positions to be successful.
All right, so when you look at the home team Indians, Osage tonight, what's something that stands out to them that you guys have to do really well to get after it?
You know, defensively, they do a great job of stifling the run. You know, I watched a bunch of film on them, and even against Blair Oaks struggled to run the ball a little bit against them, but we got to be able to make some big plays whenever they give us the opportunity, and that's what we've been doing this year is we've been making some pretty big plays out with our skill positions. And then on the other side of the ball, defensively, we got to be a lot more physical. We got to either match their physicality or be more physical than them. When they run that wing T offense, it's a deception offense, and we got to be able to read our keys and be disciplined and have 11 hats to the football.
All right, when I look at your team, Coach, I see your junior signal caller really coming on strong. Talk about his play and what he's meant to your team this season.
Yeah, you know, Landon Cunningham has done an awesome job for us, and we ask a whole lot out of our quarterback play. We just came off of a season last year, record-breaking season from our previous quarterback and Braden Matheny. So to follow in his footsteps, he learned a whole bunch from him. You know, came off a tough start, you know, his first career at Palmyra, but ever since then, he's only gotten better.
Coach, I want to ask you, what do you want the identity of this year's Hallsville Indians team to be when it all shakes out?
Biggest thing is whenever you see Hallsville Indian football, you see kids that go out there and play fast and they play physical and play together as one. And when you put the tape on, that's what you see whenever Hallsville football plays. High energy and 11 hats to the football. 11 kids just having a great time out there doing their best.
Coach Stevens, thank you so much for your time and good luck tonight.
While it might look like I'm over here lounging, I promise I am not. We've been busy over here getting ready for this month's edition of the Monthly Market Update. I'm Jessica Bruce with the Bruce & Kelly Real Estate Team. We'll be touring a stunning luxury home here in Port Achima. I'll have my good friend Will Holtz with Lake TV joining me, talking about buyers, sellers, and a little bit of tips and tricks from Mortgage Headquarters, MHQ. Fastest closings in town. Don't forget to tune in. We'll see you then.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
Back here at School of the Osage for our game of the week, the Hallsville Indians and the Osage Indians. It's homecoming night, and we're telling you all about Hallsville. On the other side of the break, you heard from head coach Paul Stevens. And this two-game winning streak, Mike, they're averaging 31 points a game, and so they're starting to get it rolling. But a little concerning for them maybe is they're yielding 34.6 points a game, something you expect Osage to get on early, as they love to score, and they can do it running the football, they can do it passing the football. But when you look at this year's Osage Indians team, Mike, what's a couple of things that stands out to you that's led them to this 4-1 start?
Well, Maverick in his third year as a starter, to me, is so much more comfortable in the pocket passing. He just looks so more relaxed. He would get happy feet as a sophomore and a junior and understand the quality of the conference and the competition he's playing, an inexperienced quarterback. But now he's got 2 years under his belt, 2.5 years under his belt, and he looks so much more comfortable. He's running the offense. He's not breaking down and taking off and running at the first sign of trouble. I think he's the big difference in the team this year.
Yeah, he's played very, very well, and he's got some help around him. When you talk about that two-headed monster in the backfield, Brock Arrowwood, who's the leading rusher. We've seen him hit the 100-yard mark 3 times already this season. And then Drake Williams, who, of course, was the big name coming in this season. Right. Everybody expected a monster season, and it was a slow start for all intents and purposes. But as of late, Drake Williams has come on strong. And so for both of those guys, they'll want to get going, and they're not alone. When you look at Maverick Trusty passing the football, he certainly has a favorite target, Hunter Schreiman, and he really put on at Eldon this year.
He can catch the ball. I mean, that's the first thing. You can run the greatest routes in the world. You can outrun people. But if you don't catch the ball, it doesn't matter. And he's got the hands to catch it. And I still, the name escapes me right now, but the kicker, I think, is a big difference in the game. Now, we talked about him just kicking the ball into the end zone, but they seem to be more in favor of kicking to a sideline and kind of pooching it up in the air, which cuts the field in half. And you give up a little distance, but you also cut the field in half that you have to defend, and they seem to like that situation a lot better.
Yeah, you're talking about Brady Clark, who has had a huge year, 3-3 on field goals. Last week, his first missed extra point. It was
get
a
rid of
block extra point, but he's 22 of 23 on the season, and that's a true weapon at any level, but especially at high school when you talk about getting deep in the season, maybe some lower scoring, closer games, that could be really, really valuable. And one other player I want to keep an eye on tonight, Cole Butler, only a sophomore, and he's really been a playmaker at times, but you're seeing some of these sophomore jitters maybe. You've seen some penalties and some drop passes, but Cole Butler has all the ability, and I look for him to get stronger for Osage. And I look at their numbers, they're scoring 34 points a game, and that's even with that really goose egg. They scored 6 against Blair Oaks. Like everybody else, 6 or less is really the mantra of Blair Oaks this season. But at 34 points a game, you know they can score. And so offensively, when you have that many weapons, what do you want to see Osage start with tonight? What would you love to see them do?
Well, I think they want to establish the run, without a doubt, and everything works off of that. You get the running backs going, and it brings the safeties up, down into the box, brings the linebackers up, and then you can start throwing over the top. They like those deep out passes. That's all they do in the warm-ups, or not all, but mostly what they do in warm-ups. They've been very effective with them. He's got the weapons to do it. Don't you think this has a possibility, at least, to be in a bit of a shootout here tonight?
Yeah, I have that feeling. You alluded to that earlier when we first got here, and I agree with you. I think it absolutely could, especially if Hallsville can get going early. And I look at keys to this game, right? For Hallsville, a couple for me was someone besides number 4, Landon Cunningham, right? If you could get one of the other guys going, get one of your wide receivers running the football, but they're going to have somebody else step up tonight if they have a shot to beat Osage outside of the quarterback. Another thing is limit the negative plays, and that includes penalties, right? We know how strong Osage is. You can't afford false starts, offsides, illegal procedures, holding calls, because you get back behind the sticks, it gets ugly quick when you're playing a team as big as Osage. And contain the early game emotions. The likelihood is they're going to be an early score. Whatever side that score is, you got to try to stay in check because, as I said, don't let it get away from you. And Hallsville has some young players. They have some sophomores that are starting, and so don't let these early game, however it goes, get to be what that decides the game, right?
Well, yeah, but it's not too early to think about this because we're in week 6 of 9 weeks of the regular season. If Osage can get the win tonight, and they put a stranglehold on the 1 seed in the district. And what does that mean? That means you get a week off. There's only 7 teams in the district. You get a chance to watch whoever your potential opponent will be in the second round. It'll be the lowest seed. It could be Hallsville again, by the way.
Yeah.
But not only that, if Osage wins tonight, it gets them to 5-1. Their record is way better than anybody else in the district. But not only that, but that means that they've beaten the 3 teams that are immediately behind them, so the tiebreak belongs to them, and they would be in very good shape to get that first round bye in district.
Man, that week 2 win against Moberly, so much bigger than anybody realized at the time, down 21-0 at the half, to come all the way back. That's currently the 2 seed with 1 win because of their strength of schedule and the class sizes they're playing. And so you look at that win, man, that really put them in the driver's seat as far as district is concerned. Now we're going to direct our attention down to midfield for tonight's national anthem. Job by School of the Osage Marching Band with tonight's national anthem, and it's homecoming night, and of course that's your national anthem, but we've also got your homecoming coronation ceremony during our halftime show tonight to look forward to as well. So we'll take a commercial break, and when we return, it'll be head coach Shannon Jolly.
The best year-round dining at Lake of the Ozarks is Tucker Shuckers Oyster and Tap. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Enjoy our award-winning menu, including our signature oysters. And we serve food until 11, so stop by tonight after the Indians game. Tucker Shuckers on the historic Bagnell Dam Strip. Proud sponsor of Osage Indians football on Lake TV.
It's the Lake Expo app, the lake's trusted news source. The boating lifestyle, the hottest lakefront real estate, where to go, what to see, and what to do at the lake. It's the Lake Expo app. Download it today.
Osage head coach Shannon Jolly. It's homecoming Friday, and the Indians are rolling. How's your team looking headed into the big game tonight, Coach?
Well, we're healthy. You know what I mean? We've got that. We had a good week, and what a great night. Let's go. Let's fill the stands and put everything in place. So here we go.
Obviously, huge implications. You got a tri-county conference matchup. You got a district matchup. But for you, what do you want to see out of your team tonight as far as focusing on them?
We talk about execution and emotion. We need to tap in a little bit to get a little bit more emotion than we've had in the first 5 weeks, and we've had great games. It's just that little bit extra juice tonight, hopefully.
Over the last couple of weeks, stacking up a couple of W's, what do you think has been the key in your team having this 2-game winning streak? What has been the best thing the Osage Indians have done the last couple of weeks?
I think not underestimated our opponents. I think the last 2 teams that we've come in here haven't been the strongest teams on our schedule. We played 2 really good teams right off the bat and then got into Blair Oaks. So it was nice for me just to know our kids stayed focused and didn't underestimate where we were at and make sure we're still focused on us.
Coach, a lot of teams at this level have one good running back, but for you, you got Drake Williams and Brock Arrowwood, and both really running the football well so far. Touch on that.
We got a couple more on the bench that are coming too. Yeah. So we mentioned that. It's just about, we want to run the ball. We want to establish the run game. And in order to do that, we're trying to develop running backs, all the way down the 8th grade, kind of identifying them and understand that they're going to have a big workload. And we got some young guys coming too. But no, these guys are, they complement each other with their running styles.
Coach, we talk about a lot of things over the course of this season, but one thing that may not get enough credit is this special teams unit you guys have put together. Of course, Brady Clark. But talk about your guys' special teams and how big that's been for you guys.
Well, I think it's nice. Maverick, all-district punter last year, and like I said, we kind of laughed about it a little bit, or he did, and I'm like, no, now we're seeing the fruits of our labor. I'm like, these skill positions, you have to pay attention to them early in your program in the JV level. You got to kick PATs, you got to punt, you got to put your kids in situations where they get good in the kicking game, and I think that's one of the most undercoached things in football. So we just make sure it's a chance for us to get in that third phase and make it an advantage instead of a disadvantage.
Coach, the last guy I want to touch on, I'm a numbers guy, putting up just a crazy campaign, but Hunter Schreibman, he's been as sure-handed as it gets in an Osage Indians uniform that I remember as a wide receiver.
He works at it. Like, you can see there's football dudes. Yeah. There's dudes that just love football. He loves football. He can come out here on the weekend and run routes without anybody throwing to him, and that isn't normal for most receivers. They usually like to get the ball, but he just likes to work on his craft, and he's a great leader for us, too. Been vocal on the defensive side as well.
Coach, good luck tonight with a big game. Looking forward to talking to you after it.
Appreciate the tie tonight. That looks good. Looks sharp. All right.
Osage head coach Shannon Jolly. Yeah, that's head coach Shannon Jolly. And as we look around the area, other big games going on. You touched on Versailles, man. They got their work cut out for them. Small roster size. They're at Adrian tonight. Camdenton, they're at home versus Rockbridge. And then you've got Eldon. They're looking to bounce back after a 2-game losing streak after starting 3-0 once again. They've got Southern Boone at 1-4, and Eldon a shot to win that one. And they could win a couple here down the stretch. Could Nick Griffin's Eldon Mustangs. And so if you're looking at, for Lake TV, what we've got on the slate, we're going to be in Boonville next week, making the trip to follow these Osage Indians. And Boonville has California tonight, a team that Osage handled last week pretty handily. And so Boonville could improve to 4-2, might be 5th or 6th in that Class 3 ranking. That would set up a team of powers. Of course, still work here for Osage against Hallsville. And then we got California at Eldon. And then we'll be here for the regular season finale, St. Francis Borgia. And if you remember, Mike, last year, Osage was 7 7-1 headed into the regular season finale before losing to Borgia. And so this Osage Indians team, they remember that, right? And so a lot of good football left around the lake area, especially with these Osage Indians. But for Hallsville, you mentioned it, like this could be a shootout. And if you get Landon Cunningham going, you look at those numbers, man, this kid could run all over the defense.
Yeah, it's just they're going to have to establish their running game as well. We talked about that with School of the Osage, what they need to do. And he's still relatively inexperienced. Of course, they had Matheny at quarterback last year, but he got a chance to learn from a really good quarterback and watch a really good quarterback. And I like their coach. I'm sure he's instilled a lot of confidence in what he's going to be trying to do tonight. But we'll see if they can get a ground game going other than Cunningham. That's the big key.
Yeah, a week ago for Osage in their 48-0 win, Drake Williams 150 yards rushing, 2 scores, but the scoring got started on a Robert Dubbs pick 6. Right. You know, the placeholder who's had a really good Osage Indians career, but a couple of guys I want to touch on defensively. We've both loved Nicholas Joyner and what we've seen from him this year.
He has, playing right around the line of scrimmage and really disrupting things. But I like Wall as well, too. He gets in there and mixes it up. I think it's going to be a pretty competitive ball game. Again, you look at Hallsville, and their combined record of the teams they played is pretty impressive. Yeah, they lost 3 in a row to start the season, and they haven't played Blair Oaks yet, but still, that's a situation where I think we could see a lot of points on the board here tonight.
Yeah, and it's worth noting that all 3 of those teams Hallsville played is currently ranked in the top 10 in their respective classes. And so those are good programs that they've lost to. And, of course, for Osage, they said, don't forget about us. The only team we've lost to is the Blair Oak Falcons. And so tonight it's the showdown of Indians on Homecoming Friday right here on Lake TV.
Lake life starts here. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we know that buying or selling a lakefront property is more than just a transaction. It's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter that we strive to make easy, from listing to closing. In a competitive market, we showcase your property to the masses online with LakeExpo.com, returning unmatched visibility. And if you're ready to buy that lake house, our team lives and breathes the lake lifestyle, so we know what this chapter is all about. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we believe in community, cherishing those lasting memories, and helping make your lake dream a reality. Check us out online to find lake properties. No logins, no distractions, just pure, unfiltered lake views and options. Lake Expo Real Estate, where we are ready to be a part of your next chapter.
It's the Lake Expo app, the lake's trusted news source, the boating lifestyle, the hottest lakefront real estate, where to go, what to see, and what to do at the lake. It's the Lake Expo app. Download it today.
Back here on Lake TV, and it's time for our coin toss as the captains walk out with our officials. So we'll now direct our attention and let you hear the field cam light, courtesy of Lake TV's Brady Ford.
I said that's good tonight.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nathan Winters. I'm going to be your referee this evening. This is Mr. Bill Martin. He's going to be your umpire this evening. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to talk to us all night. 2 things really fast with the coaches out here. First is safety. These helmets are here to protect you. Do not use them as a spear or as a weapon. The second is sportsmanship. The field is an extension of the classroom tonight. Role model that good sportsmanship is the captains. Your teammates are going to follow your lead, okay? Coaches, any questions? Good luck. Thank you. Hallsville, you're the visitors this evening. Take us to Silver Dollar. Heads, tails. Heads, tails. Say your call really loud for me.
Tails.
What do you say? Call's tails. I'm going to flip it and let it hit the ground, okay? It is tails. Hopefully you want the toss. You want the ball. Okay. Which way do you want to kick? So you're going to come over here. Over here. Hallsville won the toss.
Osage will kick to begin tonight's ball game.
They say put the football in our offense's hands. Let's set the tone. So it's homecoming Friday for the Hallsville Indians and the Osage Indians. Right here from School of the Osage as we get a look at the sunset here. And in Kaiser, Missouri, Mike, we are accustomed to the beautiful skyline and sunset. We call them in our house the cotton candy skies.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't guess we call it anything in my house. I don't know. I have some beautiful sunsets where I'm at. I get the moonrises and sunrises are better at my place. Hey, I got a chance to talk to the officials. I don't know how much of a crossover audience we have, but last Friday night, late in the Camdenton Battle game, we had a play where an extra point was being attempted by Camdenton. Holder caught the ball with his knee still on the ground, then stood up, rolled out. Obviously, it was a call play because the tight end chipped, and then he went to the corner, and he throws it in the end zone. And I thought, didn't he have his knee down there? And our fantastic crew, boom, they had to replay. Yes, he had his knee down. So I talked to the officials before the game, and they questioned me about the circumstances of it, and they said, yes, that is perfectly legal. You cannot throw the ball, though, from your knee. You have to stand up and then do whatever you're going to do. So got that cleared up anyway.
Yeah, and I was wondering as well, not something I had ever thought of, and it's often actually in football that we see a first. And last week we had a couple, including a 108-yard pick-six state record by Camdenton's Michael Machino, who won't be playing tonight in the Rockbridge game for Camdenton, so they got their work cut out for them without their best player. But for us here at School of the Osage, it's Homecoming Friday, Missouri Class 3 District 4 matchup, and we are underway. Hallsville returns from inside their own 10-yard line, looking for a hole and has it before being taken down by Brock Arrowwood. Across the 35, and Hallsville starts right there, 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Mike?
Boy, he had a nice seam there and a full head of speed. Nice tackle by Arrowwood is an even bigger gain than what he got.
Yeah, that hole was there but closed quickly. And so first play from scrimmage here. It is Hallsville from their own 37-yard line, and Landon Cunningham having a great season thus far for Hallsville. He'll line up out of the shotgun.
Well, this is an interesting formation.
Yeah, wide receivers bunched up bottom of your screen.
To the short side of the field, too.
He'll run that way, does Cunningham, looking for a hole, and he has one across the 40 up to about the 44-yard line. Nice gain on first down, tripped up at the 44. We'll give him 7, bring up second down and short.
Cunningham, 98 rushing attempts now for 455 yards. He's had 6 rushing touchdowns.
8 passing, 6 on the ground, and he is the heart and soul of this Hallsville offense. And now second down and 3. Slow and deliberate to get the play in. Play clock inside 10. Cunningham calls his own number on the draw, delayed. Joyner has him, but not until he's got a Beck Wellness Center first down up to the 49-yard line. 2 plays, 2 Cunningham runs, and already first down for Hallsville.
Yeah, 55, Carter Giesler, nice lead block into the hole there. He's playing on the left side. They overload the left side again, which the odd thing about that is it's to the short side of the field. I think their feeling is we can get more guys on your guys. And, boy, nothing fancy here. It's been all Cunningham, just straight up runs.
Ball just shy of midfield. Once again, quarterback run. Cunningham up the middle, and that closes quickly. 3 yards, maybe. Cunningham takes it to the 48-yard line, and Osage closes quickly. They saw that one coming.
You don't see a trap block very often with I guess he's listed as a tight end. Number 3, Abe Rhodes, came from the right side, tight end, and they allowed the defensive man for Osage to come through. Then he wham blocked him from the side, but still a good recovery by the Osage squad to hold that to a 3-yard gain.
So 3 plays and 2 minutes off the clock already. Hallsville letting that clock run. You heard Coach Stevens talk about that. And on second down, Cunningham, solid gain. We'll give him 6. Going to bring up third down and short.
Wow, the interior line is doing a great job for Hallsville. Peyton Harlow and Connor George both got good driving blocks there to allow him to make it 3rd and short. Do you expect to see maybe play action off this somewhere along the line?
Yeah, you would certainly think that these runs are setting up the defense for something over the top. Here's Cunningham now, 3rd and short, calls his own number, pushes his guy in the back, and has a Beckwell in the center. First down on the modest gain. We'll give him 3, but it's enough as he moves it inside the 40-yard line, and first down for Hallsville.
Kind of their version of the tush push. And again, a good lead block this time by number 3, Abe Rhodes. They take all the clock here that they can, getting the play in from the sideline, which is kind of unusual since it's been the same play 5 times in a row here.
Yeah, 5 Cunningham runs so far. And that's exactly what Coach said in the pregame was we want to move the sticks, try to drain the clock, and finish drives with touchdowns.
Look at the linebackers getting up into the gaps.
Quick sweep, and here's a handoff, and that is closed quickly. Colt Butler makes the stop. Otherwise, that may have gone the distance.
Stockamp from the wide receiver comes against the grain. You kind of had to see that coming. Stockamp going across the formation. You saw the linebackers for Osage stepping up into the gaps. When you run the same play 5 times in a row, you have to kind of see that coming a little bit. A change-up, and it's a good gain on first down.
Yeah, Gabriel Jenkins, the junior, gets the carry. We'll give him 7 yards. Going to bring up 2nd down and 3. Cunningham calls his own number. Now he's going to be taken down. Closes quickly, and really nice play defensively for Osage. That's
Langelier.
Yeah, Caden Langelier with the stop. Going to bring up 3rd down and 2.
I think this is, no doubt, 4-down territory here. So you could see maybe some kind of play action, something a little different here, and then go for it on 4th down if that doesn't work.
The ball's at the 31-yard line, so you would certainly think 2 downs here to get it, and on 3rd and 2. Up the middle, close to and has first down yardage. That's Cunningham with a Beckwell in the center, first down, and fresh set of downs again, and that is another run.
Boy, really stacked up nicely there. I believe it was Leo Lopez. Is that who I'm seeing? 68, I think. But stacked it up, but just a good push to get the 3 yards and get the first down, keep the drive alive for Hallsville.
They've already got it down to the 28-yard line here, and they've eaten up 5 minutes off the clock here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from the 28. Cunningham, right side, calls his own number, falls forward, and has a nice gain of 5 on first down up to the 23-yard line.
Brody Price shot across the line of scrimmage and had a chance to maybe stop that for a loss, but just kind of whiffed on the tackle. It was a nice sidestep move there by the quarterback, Cunningham, and then gets 5 on first down.
Yeah, and for Osage, on this first series, you know the defensive unit will be looking to make adjustments. On the first series here for Hallsville, they have run it right at them, Mike. Every play from scrimmage has been a running play, and with 2nd down and 5, they're approaching the 6-minute mark here already.
And we're seeing a lot of different formations here. They don't know. They need to call a timeout.
And they do. Good call, Mike, spotting that. So at the 6:17 mark, we are scoreless from School of the Osage. You're watching Lake TV's High School Football Game of the Week.
It's time. It's time. Homes under the water tower in Lori. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Back here on Lake TV as we get a look at our Ozark Homes fan cam. You get a look at the Hallsville cheerleaders here making the trip down close to Columbia. And so for Hallsville now, eating up 4 minutes and 43 seconds. They've had 8 plays from scrimmage. All 8 are rushing. And so, Mike, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say it's going to be a play action. It's going to be our first passing play tonight, right here.
8 carries for Cunningham for 33 yards here in this opening drive.
2nd down and 5. No, it's going to be a handoff. Look out. trying to get the edge, and a good defensive play from Brock Arrowwood to come off the block and prevent the first down. But there was a lot of room outside had Arrowwood not made that play defensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Dalvin Smith with his first carry. They had the end around to Stockamp earlier, but they got somebody else involved with the offense. And again, 3rd and short. The whole playbook is open here for Hallsville in this opening drive, which is eating up over half of the first quarter already.
And inside, the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone are the Hallsville Indians. 3rd down and short. And now again, they're going to go empty backfield. Cunningham up the middle. I don't know if he's got it, Mike. It's going to be close. And now I'm looking at the near side official. It may have to measure it, but I believe he has a Beck Wellness Center first down.
I'm trying to get the number. 68?
It is.
Again, looking at Leo Lopez, he stacked that up, but it is the first down, though. So the 9th carry of the drive for Cunningham.
Yeah, and I believe there was a sweep to number 10, Gabriel Jenkins, in the mix somewhere, but this has been a heavy ground and pound attack here as the clock in the first quarter sits at 5:05, Mike. Osage yet to touch the football.
Yeah, they try to milk it down right to the end on every play as well.
It's going to be an option, read option, and stuffed. Fakes the handoff, and Langolier back in the backfield stops him right at that line of scrimmage as Cunningham was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's the first play we've seen not gain positive yardage so far for Hallsville. A small victory, if anything, for Osage there. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
So, you compress the field when you get to this point here, and Osage has learned a little bit. They've had plenty of opportunities, but now you've got 4 receivers, and I think that's an illegal formation.
Ball's on the ground. Cunningham picks it up, and he's going to be sandwiched between defenders. Jaden Wilkes in on the stop, along with Charlie Crocker and Osage. Takes him down. It's a 3-yard loss and brings up 3rd down and 13.
Well, that was just a good reaction, a defensive play, and I think Cunningham got caught peeking there, and he gave up the ball. And actually the first loss, as you said, 2 yards backwards.
So 3rd down and long. Cutting him out of the gun.
Osage showing blitz from the corner.
4 wide receivers and single coverage. No one over the top on the right side, Mike. Cunningham looking to his left, stares down his target the whole time. He has him for a score touchdown. The defender fell down, and on 3rd down and long,
Stockamp.
They connect Jack Stockamp, the junior, on the receiving end, and a perfect ball from Landon Cunningham. Again, the receiver just falls, or the defender falls down, and it is an easy reception for the score. And Hallsville strikes first, Mike. They eat up 8 minutes and 30 seconds and convert on a 3rd down and 13. And now they attempt the 2-point conversion. Here is Cunningham. Now throws back the other side. Wide open, and the 2-point is good. That is Abe Rhodes, the tight end. And just like that, Hallsville comes down, and they lead by a score of 8-0.
So what are you in for? I had a few beers, and I decided to drive. You? I stopped at a green light. I was high.
Dude, you can't be drunk or high while driving.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Even just slightly buzzed or high decreases your reaction time by at least 50%. What? It does.
Well, what did you guys do?
Us, we robbed the house.
Be a good guy. Don't drive drunk or high.
It all started in Missouri. These hills have heard our language.
This identity is more than just a history lesson.
We are a nation that stands very strong because of the people that came before us.
We're Wajaji, and the Wajajis come from Missouri.
Back here on Lake TV, and an impressive opening drive for Hallsville, Mike. They eat up 8.5 minutes and march all the way down the field, and their first pass attempt is a good one. It's a touchdown.
Yeah, when you have an overload on one side, especially true with that two-point conversion attempt. The one receiver to the other side is going to get one-on-one coverage, and a little toe pick there and a trip by the defender made it an easy toss.
Now we have a penalty, and it looks like one of the Hallsville coaches not real happy. I don't know if this is a sideline warning, but real quick, Mike, I did want to mention the juniors for Osage homecoming week won the Powder Puff game. The seniors won Battle of the Classes, and your Mr. Osage is none other than Drake Williams.
Yeah.
So, cool day for the homecoming festivities, and your homecoming queen will be crowned tonight during our halftime show. Don't miss that. So, it's a penalty against Hallsville, backs them up 5, and now they'll kick off from their 35-yard line with Drake Williams waiting back at his own 20-yard line.
I don't know what the penalty was.
It's a short kick, fielded by Robert Dubbs at the 36-yard line. Tries to get outside, and here he goes across the 40, across the 45, across midfield, and all the way into Hallsville territory. Robert Dubbs, great kick return all the way to the 47-yard line.
Good block that really got him to the outside there from number 24, Gage Tournier, that allowed him to rack up some yardage on that return. So we'll see if School of the Osage can answer. If they take as much time off the clock, they wouldn't score until the second quarter. Hallsville just ate it up in the first there.
Something tells me Osage will not wait. They like to move quick. So first down, handoff. Brock Arrowwood cuts back. Nice cut. Good run on first down. He's got 10 across the 40. And what a cutback. It's a Beck Wellness Center first down on the first play from scrimmage. And Arrowwood had some room outside, Mike, but he stopped and cut back inside where his blockers were, and it proved to be a wise cut.
That's great vision by Arrowwood as he saw that there was an opening inside, literally stopped and then started again very quickly.
Drake Williams, quick handoff. He walks through a pair of Hallsville would-be tacklers and has a solid gain. Williams with a 5-yard gain across the 35, but that could have been stuffed in the backfield. Drake Williams makes Hallsville defenders miss more than once as we get another look here.
Boy, good block there. Is that 89? Is that what I'm looking at that? Grady Haig, is that right? I don't remember calling that name this year.
I see 69, 66, 55, 54, and 12. Here's the handoff to Arrowwood now. Good cut. Here's Brock Arrowwood inside the 20. Tries to get the edge and finally taken out of bounds at the 17-yard line. That's an 18-yard Beck Wellness Center first down, and it puts the Osage Indians inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone, and Brock Arrowwood 2 carries, both Beck Wellness Center first downs.
Well, I know who got that good block, and it was Drake Williams who took down the corner and allowed a cutback lane for Arrowwood. Then he was able to just ease it onto the outside and pick up the big yardage.
So first down and 10 from the 14. Arrowwood gets it again. This time, not as much room. He'll be stuffed after a couple of yard gain down to the 13-yard line.
1:49 remaining in the first. We'll be updating some scores from around the area. Versailles, and I understand they only had 16 kids available for tonight's game, playing Adrian, Camdenton, and Rockbridge, and Eldon and Southern Boone. We'll give you updates on the quarters on those.
And a blazing fast first quarter here from School of the Osage. In case you just joined us, it was Hallsville. Took 8.5 minutes. Osage is 2 minutes. Now inside the 15. Quick handoff. Drake Williams tries to get outside. Little stiff arm action inside the 10. Still on his feet, and Drake Williams will not go down. They mark him out at the 8-yard line. We'll give him a 5-yard gain, maybe 6. Going to bring up third down and 1.
I'm going 6 on that one. That play was stopped cold, and Williams just kept working it to the outside. Good block there by one interior lineman. Gets to the outside again and just keeps moving it up the field. That was impressive.
Great camera work as Arrowwood gets the handoff inside the 5. Tries to push to the end zone. Will he get there? No, they say the forward progress stops at the 1. Brock Arrowwood, a nice gain of 6, and a Beck Wellness Center first down sets the Indians up first and goal from inside the 1.
And the clock will continue to run down here as we hit the 1-minute mark. That was an impressive run. Some of his teammates just kept him moving forward, so the officials let the play go, and it gets all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Trusty Out of the gun, Arrowwood gets the carry into the house for the score. Brock Arrowwood, for the 5th time this season, finds pay dirt, and Osage cuts it to a 2-point game with 47 seconds left. And if you wanted an Osage Indians answer, that's exactly what they gave you, Mike.
I think Landon Robbins with a nice lead block here. I believe that was the number. And Arrowwood was able to finish. Now the question is, do you try to match the 2-point conversion or just kick the extra point? It looks like they'll go for the 2.
Indeed, your question is answered. So Trusty takes the snap. He's going to roll out, looking into the flat. It's caught. Colt Butler, 2-point conversion, good, and it was a good defensive effort, but great concentration after a great throw from Trusty, and we are tied 8-8.
I'm glad we don't have a replay because I thought maybe he was juggling that a little bit on the sideline, but a great route, great throw, and a beautiful catch.
We do have a replay, believe it or not for high school, but here on Lake TV as we get another look here at this. Nice throw. Butler brings it in, and the 2-point conversion is good. So with 47 seconds left, your score, we're deadlocked at 8.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving. So keep leading the statistics, but don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down.
This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall, injury attorneys.
Back here on Lake TV as you get a look at your Ozark Homes fan cam on homecoming Friday. Mike, 8-8 is your score with 47 seconds left as Brady Clark set to kick here for Osage.
Yeah, Osage didn't come anywhere near matching the time of possession. Burks and Jenkins back deep.
Burks takes it from his 8, tries to get outside, and look out. Here's Burks across the 40, taken down. Runs over Brady Clark and then taken out across the 45, and a penalty flag flies. It's going to be a late hit out of bounds, I believe. Personal foul against Osage, unnecessary roughness. That'll move it inside the 30-yard line, and what a return, and really a huge hole. No one there for Osage.
So 39, about a 45-yard return is personal foul against Osage. Their first penalty of the night is going to give Hallsville a pretty short field to work with here as we wind down the first quarter of play. Nice return, great blocking there for Lawson Burks, the senior.
31-yard line officially. So the return was all the way to the 46-yard line of Osage. Tack on 15 on the personal foul, and Hallsville is in business. Set up 1st and 10 at the Indians' 31-yard line.
We see all kinds of different formations. Brody Brown split out wide right.
Cunningham going to call his own number. Osage is there. Shut down. Jaden Wilkes, first man there, and that goes for a 1-yard loss.
I hope I'm not seeing numbers, but I thought I saw Christian Marcola, who was jumped into the backfield and caused Cunningham to have to really give up a lot of ground. And then the rest of the Hallsville squad is there, the Osage squad.
Brody Price, first guy there, the junior, to disrupt, and a 1-yard loss, going to bring up 2nd down and 11, but that concludes our first quarter of play from School of the Osage. Hallsville 8, Osage 8. Will be back after this.
It's the Lake Expo app, the lake's trusted news source. the boating lifestyle, the hottest lakefront real estate, where to go, what to see, and what to do at the lake. It's the Lake Expo app. Download it today.
Back here on Lake TV, and just a shout out to our crew here. Just great shots so far from field camera operator Brady Ford, and of course Andrew Evans, our technical director in the truck, switching things up for us. So on 2nd and 11 now as we begin the second quarter.
Watch the weak side. 4 receivers to the right, so there's nobody over the top.
And after a fairly quick and clean first quarter, Mike, we've had 3 penalties now on just the last little series. So that's going to back them up 5. Going to bring up 2nd down and 16.
Well, I've been really impressed with the discipline of Hallsville so far. I mean, they're showing different formations on almost every play. And it'd be so easy for somebody to flinch or make a mistake, and we just saw it for the first time there.
Yeah, and it's so hard defensively to zero in or make adjustments when you see so many different packages. So here's Cunningham now, taking a shot, wheel route, looking deep, intercepted from Brock Arrowwood across the 20. There's a flag that'll bring it back, but the interception will stand. A big hit across the other side, but it's a takeaway for the Osage Indians, and Brock Arrowwood makes a great play to intercept it. And you'll remember it was the Eldon game 2 weeks ago where he had an interception return that was called back. That was a great return. You saw the block in the back there at about the 27-yard line, so that'll back him up, but a big takeaway for the Osage Indians.
Yeah, Liam Davis really put a hit at the end of the play on Arrowwood, who obviously was playing zone. Yeah, that's obviously a bad block there. But then you'll see that big hit there on the sideline. But playing zone, so he's watching the quarterback. The ball's underthrown, so a great opportunity for Osage to get the turnover and really take away that great field position that Hallsville had.
Yeah, it's a great point, Mike, because after you get that momentum back in front of the home crowd, answer quickly, including a 2-point conversion on a nifty play, kind of sucks the life out of it when you give them the ball at your own 31. And so you ask your defense, pick us up. Can you make a play? They absolutely can, and it's Brock Arrowwood, his 3rd interception of the season. And, I mean, he does it running the football so far, and that right there, a big play.
Well, Schreiman has not been targeted yet. I don't think that's going to stay that way long.
Here's Williams now trying to get outside. Good defensive effort to trip him up. First guy there making a play was Dalvin Smith. Really disrupted the path for Drake Williams.
His 3rd carry for 12 yards, 418 coming into the game, so 430 now on the season.
Yeah, and over 300 of those in the last 2 weeks. He has been on fire, and he's your homecoming king tonight, so look for him to take that momentum. Now here's Trusty out of the gun into the flat looking for Wall, who climbs the ladder and cannot bring it in. Abe Rhodes defensively disrupts that. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Colt Butler out there on the out pattern. That is a pattern they love. They just run that over and over in warm-ups, but defended rather well there by Hallsville. That's the first pass attempt of the night by Osage.
So 3rd down and 9 for the Indians. You'd hate to squander the interception and go 3 and out. So 3rd down and 9, and if you're Hallsville, now your defense an opportunity to pick up your offense. Trusty rolling to his right into the flat, has Ethan Wall, who cuts back across. He stretches for it. Does he have it? He does. A Beck Wellness Center first down, and a great effort from Ethan Wall, and he does it defensively, but the big tight end on that play, he did everything he had to, knowing where the marker was. Mike, look at the effort here.
Yeah, that's all effort there. Played defensively pretty well by Hallsville, but Wall just had a little more effort and gets the first down.
Just great wherewithal to know where the stick was. Here's Drake Williams, and he will be bottled up after a minimal gain. That closes quickly, going to bring up 2nd down.
William, do you think both teams have made some defensive adjustments? I mean, so many kids play both ways. It's not like you can set your defense down while your offense is out on the field and say, okay, we need to close this gap, tighten our gaps a little bit. But they've obviously made some adjustments here.
Well, for Osage, they only had 7 plays on their first series, now getting it back. But for Hallsville, yeah, they've been out there, it seems like, all night as Arrowwood gets the carry, cuts back, and Hole closes quickly. We'll give them 2. Going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Again, the defense just sliding and closing gaps. Out there was Jack Wooden, a junior. And then a whole bunch of Hallsville players around the ball.
So another 3rd down here for Osage. They converted earlier on this series on a 3rd and 9. A lot of room between the slot receiver. They're looking that way and should have been intercepted. It's dropped.
Gabriel Jenkins.
Yeah, and that is about the easiest pick. Trusty just didn't see him, Mike. He settled into that area. He was looking for Wall, and that was a sure interception.
Well, against the zone defense, when you've got 2 receivers in the same spot, it makes it a lot easier to play defense. But he had Schreiman on the post route. He was on the weak side away from the 3 receivers, and Osage will be forced to punt. Dropping back, it looks like Maverick Trusty handles those duties as well.
Yeah, an all-conference punter a year ago, and no one back. So it's important you get that good roll here for Osage. Good snap.
Pressure. Wow.
Trusty gets rid of it, and it's out of bounds. So they apply pressure, which messes with the punter, and they're going to get good field position. That's out at the 49. No, they mark it at midfield. No, he's still going, Mike.
Yeah, Trusty, I thought did a great job just to get the ball out of there. There was at least 3 Hallsville players who had a free run inside.
So they're going to mark it at the Osage 48-yard line. So 9:33 left, still tied. Hallsville gets it back after forcing a 3 and out. So that interception doesn't come back to hurt them. They hold Osage and get it right back.
Just checking here to see if we have any other scores. Of course, our first quarter was played so quickly that other teams, the game we had last week, they would have probably been halfway through the first quarter. But good field position again for Hallsville, but both defenses have tightened up after that first quarter.
Indeed. So 9:33 left. Cunningham now out of the gun. He's going to roll to the right side. Closes real quickly, and first man there, Langolier, with the stop. And they're starting to zero in on Cunningham, as we've seen him run it the whole first half, nearly every play, Mike.
Yeah, and literally, there's been 4 plays, I should say, that haven't been him running the ball. But you can see Osage just slid to that strong side formation where they had 4 receivers out there. And with no other running back in the backfield, it's pretty obvious what's going to happen. It's going to be Cunningham keeping it. Now they go the 4 wide receivers to the right side.
He's going to roll to the right side, steps up, throws short, skips to his intended target, incomplete. He was looking for Lawson Burks, the senior. That's going to be 3rd down and 11 now.
Yeah, that play was open. He had just did a little hookup. It had only been about a 5-yard gain, but the ball bounced short. And so Osage with a chance to hold here, maybe get the ball back. 8:47 left in the first half. 8-8.
Yeah, we're deadlocked, Mike, and quick scoring to start. And obviously, 8.5 minutes off the clock, not quick scoring, but looked like it was going to be back and forth, and now we've stalled just a bit. So 3rd down and 11. Play clock now inside 5, and I believe coach
timeout.
Indeed. So that's the 2nd Hallsville timeout, and it comes with 8:47 left on the clock here in our 2nd quarter. We'll take a commercial break and be back on Lake TV.
The best year-round dining at Lake of the Ozarks is Tucker Shuckers Oyster and Tap. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Enjoy our award-winning menu, including our signature oysters. And we serve food until 11, so stop by tonight after the Indians game. Tucker Shuckers on the historic Bagnell Dam Strip. Proud sponsor of Osage Indians football on Lake TV.
At New Spring Wellness Center, we understand how hectic life can be and the stress that comes with it. We also understand that your health often gets forgotten about. Whether it's addiction, weight loss, or lack of energy, New Spring Wellness Center offers natural services you won't find other places. From our vitamin IV drips to our laser hair removal and everything else. Naturally better health is our focus at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach. Call now to schedule your free consultation.
Back here on Lake TV at School of the Osage for homecoming night. And big shout out to Jessica Claxton with the district for helping us get information for a homecoming coronation ceremony, which will take place at halftime. But first, here's a big 3rd down and 11 for Hallsville.
Yeah, and you've got a situation here where the wide side of the field is to the right. If I'm the left defensive end, I'm trying to get upfield as fast as I can, and he did.
Throwing out this way, has his receiver. That is completed up to the 34-yard line. He's got Burks. That's a Beck Wellness Center first down, and that is a 13-yard completion, Mike.
And his second completion of the night. That's time to throw is the whole key to any offense that's throwing the ball, especially in an obvious passing situation. And Cunningham had time to step into that throw and the hookup. And a good finish by Burks. I thought he'd given up the ground for the first down, but then he was able to surge forward.
So a big conversion now, 1st and 10 at the 35. Cunningham right up the middle. That closes quickly. Joyner cleans it up. Last guy there. Going to give him 3 and bring up 2nd down and 7.
That is 14 carries already for Cunningham here in the first half. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot for your quarterback through the course of a full game, let alone with 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
And again, obviously Osage has made some adjustments because he was having some big gaps to work through early on. But that's closed down here. He's actually had 3 of his last 4 runs have been for negative yardage. That was the first positive one in quite a while.
Play clock down to 3, has to go quickly. Looks into the flat, has his man. That closes quickly. Ethan Wall and Brock Arrowood close quickly as Gabriel Jenkins has the reception, but not a whole lot after.
Yeah, Wall closed down on that one. You can see it coming with the way the blocking situation shapes up, that it's going to be a bubble screen like that. And it was defended very well by Osage. 3rd and about 6 here, it looks like. Again, probably 4-down territory when you're at the Osage 31.
And Cunningham been limited after that opening drive, as you said, calls his own number to the right side, has good yardage up to the 25. I think he's got a Beck Wellness Center first down, and he does. So Hallsville been so effective on 3rd down so far, Mike. I believe they're 4 of 5 on 3rd down thus far.
Yeah, I think probably the quick snap there caught Osage napping just a little bit, just enough so that Hallsville could get off the line of scrimmage and get a good block in there, because they've been getting up to the line of scrimmage, milking the play clock all the way down, checking over at the sideline if they're going to change the play or not. They just got there and snapped at that time.
Yeah, and whereas the quarterback, Cunningham, had followed his lead blocker that time, he took it to the right and just went. Now 1st down and 10. Once again, and he is bamboozled. In on the stop, big number 67, Glenn Preston with the stop. No gain, going to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, Preston Glenn, just a sophomore. That was an impressive play. He just came in behind the lead blocker, got there quick, and really no chance for Cunningham.
2nd down and 10.
It's just, you just don't see an offense that runs the vast majority of their plays without a running back. Now, they have somebody in the backfield a lot, but he's just a lead blocker for the most part. It's a little different.
So 2nd down now in motion. It's going to be a little trick play. Tries to go back the other way and wide open inside the 20, inside the 10. Big time play. Now we do have a penalty marker, I believe.
And number 55 was downfield blocking. That's Carter Giesler, a junior, and he could do that because the pass was thrown behind the line of scrimmage, but all for naught as there was a penalty against him.
It was a good play as Abe Rhodes opened back up and caught the pass, but yeah, it's going to be a penalty against Hallsville, and that'll erase an impressive play. So 2nd down and 10, 5-yard illegal, either motion or illegal formation. Going to be 2nd down and 15 now at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I'm sure they had saved that play for a special situation.
And it worked.
And it worked perfectly. Great block again downfield by Carter Giesler. And he could be downfield legally because the pass back to the quarterback Cunningham was behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's a fortunate break for Osage because erases the 1st and goal situation, and now 2nd down and 15. Cunningham takes the shot. Wilkes was right in the grill. Hallsville looking, and now a late penalty flag, and I think he might be calling it against the Hallsville sideline. No, the official's coming in, and this is going to be interesting if the near side official calls it late, and now they're going to get a pass interference. Yeah, that's the near side official that took the recommendation of the Hallsville coach to get the pass interference call. It's not an automatic 1st down, though. Oh, yes, it is.
We got to look at it here, throwing over the middle. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it certainly was.
But it was maybe a 2-yard gain if he catches it. But still, it's a 15-yard penalty. It's not a spot foul like it is in the NFL.
So that moves him into the Price and Randall Injury Attorney's red zone. They mark a 15-yard penalty down to the 15. It'll be 1st and 10. Hallsville right there, and that is a big time call. And they got it right, Mike. As you said, it was pass interference. The way it was called was what was frustrating for Osage fans. Cunningham calls his own number up the middle, runs into a wall. Not a lot doing is Jaden Wilkes, the culprit on the pass interference. Comes in and makes a stop after a modest gain. 2nd down upcoming.
I still can't get over this offense. There's just no running back. I think we've seen one play, and that was to Smith for 4 yards. But other than that, the offense has basically been Cunningham. I think he takes a lot of punishment over the course of his season running the ball that many times. He's up close to 20 carries here in the 1st half.
2nd down and 8, Osage here. Starting to look at that clock regardless of the outcome of this drive. They want time. Here's Cunningham now. Rolls to the left side. Trying to get outside. Still on his feet. Cunningham all the way down to the 7-yard line. A really patient and strong run for Landon Cunningham, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 after a 7-yard effort.
Yeah, he kind of disappeared into the wash there as they started that to the left side, but then popped out the other side and kept the legs driving, was able to get 7 out of that and make it 3rd and short.
Yeah, ball's at the 6.5-yard line, 3rd down and a long one from here.
Watch the lead blocker.
Cunningham to the right side, and he will be taken down in the backfield. Big time play by Preston Glenn, the junior. He read the play and looked like he was shot out of a cannon, Mike, to disrupt Cunningham in the backfield, bringing up 4th down and 4.
Yeah, they bring the pulling guard out, and he just followed him down the line of scrimmage, and whoop, that was a nice play. Loss of a couple of yards there, and
they're going to go for it.
Oh, yeah, they're going for it.
4th down and 4. Cunningham out of the gun. Looks towards his sideline. And Osage, defense an opportunity to give the ball back to the offense and prevent Hallsville from taking the lead. Play clock, that is delay of game. It absolutely is. And Cunningham waited, and that's one disadvantage of letting that clock run down so methodically, Mike, is if you lose attention to the play clock as you're making last-minute adjustments, that's what can happen. And for Osage, they get 5 yards out of it, and that's going to make it much tougher on 4th down here for Hallsville.
Yeah, and Hallsville had already used 2 timeouts. Not that the timeout in and of itself in this situation was that big of a deal, but they had already used 2 timeouts in a very similar situation. The play clock going down to 0, but that one hurts, man. That gets you down to 4th and 8 now.
And again, the play clock inside 10 already. Cunningham now hustling up to the line. They've got to hurry. 4th down and 8. Cunningham now takes the snap to the right side. Looks, clean pocket, looks to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Great defensive effort. Hunter Schreiman, first man there. Brock Arrowwood cleans it up, and we have an injured Hallsville Indian who got sandwiched on the play. That's Gabriel Jenkins, and nice play defensively. Great protection for Cunningham, and great job by Schreiman to get a hand on it. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. And the Osage defense, they bend, Mike, but they do not break, and they give it back to Maverick Trusty with 2:47 left in the 2nd quarter.
I don't think they particularly wanted to throw the ball there. They ran a rub nicely in the end zone, But it was played off nicely by Osage's defense as Jenkins was going completely across the formation. But just was nothing there. Credit Osage defense.
First down, give to Arrowwood, who cuts back across field and has up to the 20-yard line, has 7. And here's an opportunity for Maverick Trusty. He's had some big moments so far, but here you got 2.5 minutes. You definitely want to head into halftime with a lead here at home, and he's got time with 2.5 and all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, they got the timeouts, and he's 47 of 80 throwing this year.
Look out, Drake Williams tries to get the edge. He does across the 30. Uh-oh, he fumbles it and then recovers his own fumble up at the 46-yard line. It's a 25-yard Beck Wellness Center run, and Osage in business here.
Yeah, if that had been basketball, they would have called him for double dribble, but that worked out well for him. Boy, look at the stiff arm out here. Yep, sorry.
Yeah, that's tough, Mike. You called it. And then as he is getting a little too cute with his juke, he was gripping it almost like a baseball instead of a football.
Yeah, when you get to the end of the run like that, you got to wrap up.
So inside, 2 minutes now, pitch outside. This is Colt Butler who gets the carry. Full head of steam, and he trips. Otherwise, he might still be running. It's an 8-yard gain, and Osage in to Hallsville territory. Still plenty of time. Clock sits at 1:43, and of course, Osage, all 3 timeouts in a tie game, 8-8 here in the first half.
It's been a really good game. Versailles down 20-0 to Adrian at the end of the first quarter.
Brock Arrowwood gets the carry, has first down yardage, and still going up to the 35-yard line. It's a 12-yard Beck Wellness Center first down, and the clock will stop while they reset the sticks, or they say he went out of bounds.
I don't think he got out of bounds. Yeah, they're going to wind the clock here. Again, Osage with all 3 timeouts. They're in pretty good shape here.
Uh-oh, going to be false start on Ethan Wall here. Backs him up, but Osage here moves it into Hallsville territory so quickly. Still minute 14, but those kind of penalties, those hurt, Mike.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, ask Hallsville. They just got one on a delay game on a, what was it, 3rd and 2 or something like that. Made it 3rd and 8, or 4th and 8, actually. And it had to throw it into the end zone when there really wasn't anything open there.
So it'll be first down and 15 from the 40.
Boy, great crowd here tonight.
Yeah, it is.
Enjoying the warm weather.
Full here in Kaiser, School of the Osage. Handoff goes to Drake Williams. He's pushed out after a nice game. We'll give him 6 on first down. They mark him out at the 38, so 7 rather on the first down run. Yeah, Drake Williams, he just, every time he touches the football, if he gets that edge, look out. And didn't seem like a lot. It seemed like they really limited, but still 7 yards on the carry.
Yeah, I'm looking at the spot now. Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. Forgot about the penalty.
Trusty now to Arrowwood up the middle. Brock Arrowwood lowers his head, falls forward, and has a Beck Wellness Center first down at the 25-yard line. Has 8, and that's all he needed as they move the sticks.
I think Osage's offensive line's kind of starting to take over here a little bit. I mean, they haven't had to throw the ball in this drive. We're under a minute now. I think they'll call a timeout regardless how this play goes.
Here's Arrowwood. Got to hold on to that football.
Oh, the whistle, guys. Come on.
And Osage not happy as their sideline is losing their mind. 45 seconds on the clock. We get a timeout here as we are tied at the 45-second mark of the first half. All tied. Your score, Hallsville 8, Osage 8. We'll be back on Lake TV right after this.
At Beck Wellness, we always say that if you don't make time for your wellness, you'll be forced to make time for your illness. Our goal is to make sure you're ready to enjoy all the lake has to offer, and more importantly, that you don't miss out on the moments that matter the most. From neuropathy, problems with your feet, hip, or back pain, and even a spinal tune-up. I'll make sure you're set to enjoy the moments that matter the most. I'm Dr. Mark Beck, inviting you to stop by for a consultation. But for now, back to this live high school game of the week on Lake TV.
It's the Lake Expo app, the lake's trusted news source, the boating lifestyle, the hottest lakefront real estate, where to go, what to see, and what to do at the lake. It's the Lake Expo app. Download it today.
Back here on Lake TV, where Osage attempting to take a lead into half. Just 45 seconds left. They've got it 2nd down and 10 from the 24-yard line. And those of you just joining us, Hallsville, 8.5 minutes off the first quarter clock, marched down and scored. 3rd down and 13. They hit receiver for a touchdown pass. 2-point was good, and Osage then answered with a touchdown and 2-pointer of their own. Brock Arrowwood and Colt Butler with the 2-point conversion reception. And since then, we've been scoreless, Mike. Back and forth, couple of punts, turnover on downs, an interception for Osage's defense. That went to Brock Arrowwood, and so that's where we stand. Osage an opportunity to take the lead as they head into the half. And remember, Mike, Hallsville wins the toss. They start with the football, so Osage a chance here to go 2 for 1.
Exactly, and again with 2 timeouts, the 45 seconds left in the first half is not that big of a deal. Hallsville had an interception of their own too, so 2nd and 9 here. I don't know, you open up the playbook a little bit. The run has gotten you this far, but again, there is a limited amount of time even with the 2 timeouts.
Hallsville did have a pick. I thought it was dropped.
They had one in there someplace.
2nd down and 10 now. Trusty out of the gun. Going to look to his left side. Clean pocket, taking a shot. Looking for Butler in the end zone. And the defense gets there. There is no call. I think the official was waiting. He reached for his flag. Good coverage by the Hallsville defender. Brings up 3rd down and 10 as we get another look here.
I think, you know, there was contact, but he's playing the ball all the way there. I think that's probably a pretty good non-call.
Yeah, legs got tangled up,
and
which is a no call.
That's not a foul.
Yeah, great job by the officials. So 3rd down and 9 now. Ball's the 24-yard line. Still plenty of time for Osage. Trusty out of the gun. Pocket closes, throws and overshoots Brock Arrowwood. There was in danger of being picked and headed the other way as Trusty floated it. So ball's at the 24. This will be about a 41 or 42-yard field goal, and they're going to send out the field goal unit, Mike, from here. 4th down and 9 at the 24-yard line. And so far this season, Brady Clark is 3 for 3 in attempting field goals. His long is 40. An opportunity here to set a new career long as Nathan Grohl will snap. Robert Dubbs will hold. With 36 seconds left, the right foot of Brady Clark, an opportunity to give Osage the lead. But first, how about the final timeout for Hallsville in an attempt to ice the senior? So Hallsville calls their 3rd timeout. We'll take a commercial break and be right back on Lake TV after this.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Back here on Lake TV, and Mike, for those that may not know, Brady Clark, who presumably about to attempt a 41-yard field goal, it was his right foot that won in dramatic fashion in that comeback effort week 2 against Moberly. Of course, Osage down 21-0 at half, came back and won 38-35, and so they do send Brady Clark back out to attempt. And do you like this move?
Yeah.
And so Grohl will snap. Robert Dubbs will hold. Hold is good. The kick is up. Plenty long enough on the way, and it is good. Brady Clark says, I've got 40 and then some from 41 yards out. Gives Osage the lead. Your score with 31 seconds left in the first half, 11-8.
Life truly is all about memories, but more importantly, those we create those memories with. And at Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes, our staff focuses on the families we serve.
Maybe you wouldn't necessarily know where to start. Josh showed up from the beginning to the end. He did amazing. I would absolutely recommend him to everybody I know.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we understand it's the little things that make a big difference for the families we serve.
Tailgate season is here. Get ready for the fun at Husker GMC. We have the best prices on Sierra trucks, perfect for every adventure. Right now, buy a new Sierra 1500 Elevation and save over $9,000 off MSRP. There's a reason why so many customers choose Husker GMC. Shop and save on Sierra 1500, 2500, and 3500 at your GMC truck headquarters. Shop now at huskergmc.com or visit our showroom in Lincoln. We are professional grade.
Back here on Lake TV as Brady Clark gets into one, fielding at the 20, across the 30, and look out. Good return here for Hallsville across midfield and giving Hallsville an opportunity. They've got it in Osage territory for their second consecutive kickoff return, Mike.
Yeah, and Brady Clark has had to save him twice now on special teams on kickoffs, but Hallsville working without a net here. No timeouts, ball right at midfield. We don't know really much of anything about their kicking game.
Yeah, so far on the season, they've got a freshman kicker in Liam Klosik. He is 2 of 4 attempting field goals on the season, and I believe he was like 9 of 11 from PAT. So they have a kicker that is accurate and has some experience on the season, but a lot of room still in front of them, just 25 seconds.
And 5 deep for Osage, playing zone.
Cunningham into the flat. Has his target across the 45 rather, up to the 41-yard line. Jenkins with a, well, they're going to give him 10 as an interesting spot. 10-yard back wellness center, first down.
And out of bounds. That was a necessity for Hallsville, again with no timeouts.
Nice ball from Landon Cunningham. And so, yeah, just 19.8 seconds left, at least close enough to take a shot to the end zone from the 40, you would assume. Cunningham, clean pocket, going to take his shot on the comeback route. Really nice ball, another Beck Wellness Center first down, and it's Lawson Burks, the senior, with the 12-yard gainer, and they'll give him 11 officially. Nice route, really good completion, and a Beck Wellness Center first down. Takes just 6 seconds. Clock continues to run. No timeouts for Hallsville. 8 seconds remaining. Quick hitter into the...
They had to clock it there. I mean, that's...
Yeah, fortunate he didn't catch that with no timeouts. Otherwise, if he's short of the first down, the first half will end.
Yeah, no way they would have gotten another playoff. They had to clock it there and then maybe get 2 throws to the end zone.
Well, 4 seconds left here, 4.5. They'll, I assume, yeah, they take a shot here. A good hit by Hunter Schreiman. Although it didn't necessarily look like wide receiver Gabriel Jenkins was still too eager to catch that one.
No, he knew going over the middle with this blanket defense, this umbrella defense, that they were going to be all over him.
They're going to go to Jenkins on the quick hitter, and he's going to be taken down, and that's the way the first half concludes after a 5-yard completion. So your score at the half, Osage out in front, 11-8. We'll take a commercial break and be back with your Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes halftime show.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car. Did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving. So keep leading the statistics, but don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down.
This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall, injury attorneys.
Hey everybody, it's Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. We're in the middle of a fall home sale, so that means great deals for every room of the house. Not only do you get great deals, but we're also offering 36 months interest-free financing on everything. Don't forget, we deliver the entire lake area. So come check us out, Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
It's the Lake Expo app, the lake's trusted news source, the boating lifestyle, the hottest lakefront real estate, where to go, what to see, and what to do at the lake. It's the Lake Expo app. Download it today.
We welcome you back, and it's now time for your 2005 School of the Osage.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 Osage Homecoming Coronation. Tonight we proudly present the members of this year's Homecoming Court. Our freshman candidate is Addison Dickerson. Addison is a member of Osage softball, basketball, and track, and competes in several travel teams, including Nike, Phenom Basketball, and Midmo Pride Softball. She is also very active in her local youth group and church community at Riverview Baptist Church. At Osage, Addie is a member of DECA and serves as a leader in Fellowship of Christian Athletes. She is the daughter of Brian and Becky Dickerson, and the sister of Chase and Lexi. After high school, Addison plans to pursue a career in healthcare with the possibility of serving in the mission field, and she hopes to continue her athletic journey as a collegiate athlete. Addison Dickerson. Our sophomore candidate is Evelyn Anderson. Evelyn is involved in band, girls glee, volleyball, and soccer, where she has earned a varsity letter. She also serves as the Executive Vice President of Student Council, is a drum major, and is a student leader of both Fellowship of Christian Athletes and Always Osage. She is also active in Interact Club and Future Teachers of America. Outside of school, Evelyn is a member of the Lake of the Ozarks Volleyball Club and the Southwest Rush Soccer Club, and attends the church at Osage Hills and is active in Osage Hills Youth Program. She is the daughter of Jeremy and Crystal Anderson. And after high school, Evelyn plans to pursue a career in psychology so that she can motivate and help others become their best selves. Evelyn Anderson. Our junior candidate is Lily Neal. Lily is a 3-year varsity cheerleader, and during her freshman year, she competed as a varsity wrestler, and during her sophomore and junior year, she served as a wrestling manager. She is also a 2-year varsity band member. She is the daughter of Stacy and Tim Neal, and the sister of Anna, Elsa, and Helly Neal. Lily is a member of the National Honor Society, and after high school, Lily plans to attend a 4-year college to pursue a degree in nursing with the goal of becoming an emergency room nurse. Miss Lily Neal. Our first Queen candidate is Lauren Atkins. Lauren is an active member of National Honor Society and Yearbook, and she is a varsity tennis player. Over her 4 years on the team, she has medaled in multiple tournaments, lettered in all 4 years, and earned 3rd place in the individual district tournament 2023. She is the daughter of Barron and Erica Atkins and sister of Asher. After graduation, Lauren plans to attend the University of Missouri, where she'll pursue a pre-med track with the goal of becoming a forensic pathologist. Miss Lauren Atkins. Our next Queen candidate is India Ruse. She is active in National Honor Society and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. India has earned varsity letters in golf, band, and jazz band for 4 years each, as well as in Les Chanteurs and Girls Glee for 2 years each. She also founded the School Supply Clean-Out Project and plays in the Lake Area Jazz Band. India enjoys water skiing and surfing, is a member of Mount Carmel Baptist Church, and participates in the Riverview Baptist Church Youth Group. She is the daughter of Anthony and Margot Ruse, and the sister to Scarlett. India's honors include being named to the All-Conference and All-District golf teams, competing as a part of the 2022 and 2023 back-to-back state champion golf teams, serving as president of Spanish Club, earning first chair in All-District Jazz Band, being an All-District choir member, and winning state medals in both saxophone and choir performances. She has also earned the Seal of Biliteracy and was top 10 in state DECA. After high school, India hopes to attend Texas Christian University to pursue a business degree. Miss India Ruse. Our next queen candidate is Grace Moffett. Grace is the captain of the dance team and is serving her 3rd year as drum major in the varsity band. She has participated in liaison tours for 4 years and is currently playing the role of the Baroness in The Sound of Music. Grace also serves as secretary of the International Thespian Society, historian of National Honor Society, an attorney on the Constitution team, a student leader in Always Osage, and is a member of French Club. She attends Our Lady of the Lake Catholic Church, where she also sings during Mass. She is the daughter of Monica and David Moffett and sister of Ava. Grace's honors include attending Missouri Girls State, being named honorable mention All-State Alto, earning gold ratings in state in both band and choir, and lettering in varsity band, varsity choir, and dance team. She has also been selected as an All-American for the dance team. After graduation, Grace plans to attend honors college at the University of Missouri, where she will major in pre-law with a minor in vocal music before pursuing a career as a prosecuting attorney. Miss Grace Moffett. Our next queen candidate is Molly Mayer. Molly is an active member of Student Council, having served as junior class president, currently serving as Student Council executive president. Molly played volleyball for the first 3 years of high school. She is also a member of the girls varsity tennis team, National Honor Society, and is a boys basketball manager. In addition, she attends the Riverview Baptist Church Youth Group and is a member of Our Lady of the Lake Catholic Church. She is the daughter of Morgan and Abby Mayer. Her family includes her siblings Scout Mayer, Kinley, and Reagan. Molly has earned varsity letters in volleyball, tennis, academics, and boys basketball. After graduation, Molly plans to attend Missouri State University, where she will major in psychology with a minor in nutrition and dietetics in order to become a women's and children's eating disorder therapist. Miss Molly Mayer. Our final queen candidate is Eliana Torres. Eliana has played Osage soccer for 4 years, lettering the past 2 years, and this year she is also a member of the tennis team. She's been active in Always Osage, Interact Club, and Gateway. She is a member of Riverview Baptist Church, where she attends youth group on Wednesdays. Eliana is the daughter of Amber and Anand Torres, and the sister of Andre and Landon. After high school, Eliana plans to attend Grand Canyon University to pursue a degree in business and marketing, while also obtaining her realtor's license to work alongside her grandmother. Miss Eliana Torres. Our flower girl is Emmeline Carson, a first grader in Miss Adrian's class. She is the daughter of Grant and Felicia Carson, and her siblings are Tegan, Chevy, Ray, Renner, and Roma. Her favorite thing about school is being with her teacher, and outside of school, Emily enjoys gymnastics, riding dirt bikes, and deer hunting. Ring bearer tonight is Parker Hutzler. Our ring bearer is a first grader in Miss Kyle's class. He is the son of Nicholas and Sarah Hutzler, and his sisters are Claire and Nora. Parker's favorite things about school are learning and recess. And outside of school, Parker attends Calvary Chapel, is active in the Cub Scouts and flag football, and enjoys building things and working with his hands. Our returning queen is Genevieve Ramato. While at Osage, Genevieve was a member of the Osage volleyball team all 4 years, served in student council, participated in yearbook club and concert choir, and attended the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. She is the daughter of John and Julie Ramato, and her siblings Grace, Gabrielle, and Gino. Genevieve's honors include being a 2-year varsity volleyball letterman, serving as senior class vice president and executive meeting manager of student council, playing 8 years of club volleyball for the Lake of the Ozarks Volleyball Club, and volunteering at OYAC volleyball games, and earning an A+ scholarship. Genevieve has currently attended cosmetology school to become a hairstylist. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to crown your 2025 Osage Homecoming Queen. Congratulations to Miss Molly Mayer.
Lake life starts here. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we know that buying or selling a lakefront property is more than just a transaction. It's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter that we strive to make easy, from listing to closing. In a competitive market, we showcase your property to the masses online with LakeExpo.com, returning unmatched visibility. And if you're ready to buy that lake house, our team lives and breathes the lake lifestyle, so we know what this chapter is all about. At Lake Expo Real Estate, we believe in community, cherishing those lasting memories, and helping make your lake dream a reality. Check us out online to find lake properties. No logins, no distractions, just pure, unfiltered lake views and options. Lake Expo Real Estate, where we are ready to be a part of your next chapter.
And we're back on our Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Homes halftime show. And congratulations to Molly Meyer, your homecoming queen here for School of the Osage. And in regards to the homecoming football game, Mike, Osage a slim 11-8 lead here at the break.
Kind of an improbable score. You don't see 11-8 scores in any level of football very often. Both teams went for their two-point conversion and were successful, and Osage added the field goal. 8 and 3, 11. Okay, we're all good. We're all got it figured out.
Very good. And we told you coming in that Landon Cunningham, the junior quarterback, he was asked to do a lot. I wasn't quite sure he was going to be asked to do this much. He was the heart and soul offensively for Hallsville.
Yeah, no doubt. He had a stretch, though, after really getting off to a very successful start, being the lone running back as a quarterback in the backfield. You know, he's not going to hand it off to anybody. Osage kind of figured that out, and he had a stretch of a 2-yard carry, 0, -2, -1, -1, 3. Osage kind of figured it out. I thought Osage really started to take control of the line of scrimmage about halfway through the second quarter on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and although they lead by just 3, they do get the football first, and a turnover on downs really halted what they wanted to do offensively. But for Hallsville, I look at what they did in the first half, and my feeling is, Mike, that if they're going to hang with Osage in the second half, they're going to have to see what Cunningham can do through the air, because as you alluded to, Osage defensively limited him after that opening drive. There's no other way around it. He was not as effective, and if all they do is run him in this second half, I think this game's going to get away from Hallsville.
Yeah, and the opening possession for School of the Osage is going to be so key. You want to take a look at the numbers?
Yeah, let's look at those official or unofficial stats, I should say.
Yeah, I'm in the ballpark usually.
I always put you within a yard either
It might
way.
be in St. Louis or Kansas City, but I'm in the ballpark. Anyway, Hallsville coming in at 2 and 3, 1 and 1 in conference play. Cunningham, 19 carries for 48 yards, so considerably less than 3 yards a carry. But he was the running offense for Hallsville. Smith had 1 carry for 4 yards. I had Stockamp for 1 for 7 on end around. 59 yards rushing on 21 attempts for Hallsville. They did not fumble the ball in the first half. The passing stats, 6 of 10. Catch went to Stockamp, 1 for 20. Jenkins had 2 for 14. and Burks had 3 for 25. So you talk about balance between your running and passing game. 59 yards rushing, 59 yards passing. That'd be 118 total. And they did have the one, I misspoke earlier. They did have the one turnover, the interception.
And you say balance, Mike, and
Yeah.
yes, balance yard-wise, but to say they've run the football 23 times and only have 60 yards to show for it, that's not exactly what they wanted to see on the numbers, and so I credit Osage's defense for making those adjustments and forcing them to become more balanced.
Yeah, under 3 yards a carry, it's just not going to do it. I mean,
Right.
3 times 4, if you go on 4th down every time, statistically you would make it, but you can't play like that. Let's take a look at Osage now, 4-1, 2-1 in Tri-County Conference play and number 1 in the district, and a chance to kind of, I hate to say this, with 3 weeks to go after tonight, but they could kind of wrap up the 1 seed in the district with a win here tonight. Butler had 1 carry for 8 yards. Williams had 6 for 46, and Airwood 10 for 58. He had a lone touchdown, a 2-yard run. So 109 yards rushing on 17 attempts. Osage did not turn it over, but only 1 complete pass, 1 for 5 throwing for Maverick Trusty, and that went to Wall. They did a great job. That is Hallsville taking Schreiman out of it, and that's not easy to do because he can run the routes and he can certainly catch the ball. So 109 rushing, 11 passing for School of the Osage, 121 net from scrimmage, so just about as even as you can get, 120 to 118. Osage did have 4 penalties for 45 yards. Hallsville had 4 for 20.
And you get a look right there at the difference in the first half. It's a new career long for Brady Ford, who we talked about in the pregame show. Came in 3 for 3 on field goals, 22 of 23 for PATs, and they had no choice. 3rd down and 11, they went nowhere. So on 4th and 11, they bring out their kicker, and from 41 yards, Mike, not only did he make it, as you just saw, but that'd have been good from 50.
Yeah, Brady Clark with a great swing of the leg and the plant foot. A friend of mine who's done kicking, he said the plant foot is really the key to it, getting that set and being able to drive through the ball. And what happens a lot when you see at the high school level, when somebody tries to stretch out and kick a longer field goal, is they'll try to swing harder. And that kind of looks like me swinging my driver. It's going to get pulled left. Guaranteed it's going to get pulled left. So, but he stayed, trusted his form, and trusted his strength to get it there. He didn't try to overkick it to get that extra yardage, and he drilled it through there. That was pretty.
Yeah, so before we conclude tonight's Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Home's halftime show, we got to give them a shout out, making our homecoming coronation ceremony possible for you tonight, but also give a shout out to our crew. Of course, it's always an honor to be joined by the Hall of Famer Mike Bissell, Andrew Evans, our technical director, the hardest working man in the industry, our assistant technical director who is on instant replay, Spencer Wall, running the top camera angle, David Leatherberry, on the field cam, busting onto the scene as a Lake TV power, Brady Ford, who's been great with those angles, and it's no small task to fill the shoes of Sean Kober, and Brady's been great. And of course, your field highlights from Devin Humiston, our administrative assistant running graphics and scoreboard and helping us get everything squared away, Sierra Smith, and then our PA Carson Reisner was here today to help us get set up, and Chris Schneider, our sports director, back in the studio. And of course, one more time, just wanted to give a shout out to our homecoming queen, Molly Mayer. She was crowned tonight. And of course, Drake Williams, your homecoming king. He had a solid first half with those 6 carries for 46 yards. So it's 11-8 at the half. Osage a 3-point lead. They're set to get the football first on the other side of the break as we wrap up tonight's Hedges Scott Millard Funeral Home's halftime show.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
What's like and follow?
Phones are very distracting. Which is why Missouri now has a law against holding a phone while driving.
Dude, what are you doing? You can't hold your phone while driving.
Yeah,
It's illegal.
Buckle up.
Back here on Lake TV, we're still a few minutes away. Just wanted to let you guys know that we'll have our second half tonight as Osage out in front by a score of 11-8. They get the football first. Here in just a few minutes, we'll be back with your second half right here on Lake TV.
The best year-round dining at Lake of the Ozarks is Tucker Shuckers Oyster and Tap. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Enjoy our award-winning menu, including our signature oysters. And we serve food until 11, so stop by tonight after the Indians game. Tucker Shuckers on the historic Bagnell Dam Strip. Proud sponsor of Osage Indians football on Lake TV.
It all started in Missouri.
These hills have heard our language.
This identity is more than just a history lesson.
We are a nation that stands very strong because of the people that came before us.
We're Osage, and the Osages come from Missouri.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second-level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
At New Spring Wellness Center, we understand how hectic life can be and the stress that comes with it. We also understand that your health often gets forgotten about. Whether it's addiction, weight loss, or lack of energy, New Spring Wellness Center offers natural services you won't find other places. From our vitamin IV drips to our laser hair removal and everything else. Naturally better health is our focus at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach. Call now to schedule your free consultation.
We welcome you back as we are set to get started here with our second half. Osage out in front 11-8. And Mike, maybe a little closer than we had anticipated. And if not closer, definitely lower scoring, most likely, than we had anticipated. And if you're Hallsville, I feel like you have to be elated to limit Osage to 11 first half points.
Yeah, I thought it had the possibility of being a high-scoring game. Still could be here in the second half. But I wasn't fooled by Hallsville's record at 2-3. They played a tough schedule. Palmyra and Centralia both 4-1, Boonville 3-2, and those are the teams that they've lost to. And a couple of those games they were actually kind of close, especially the Centralia game. So hats off to Hallsville. They've got themselves in a good spot here. But Osage has the ball here and has a chance to make a little bit more of a gap.
Liam Klosik with the kick, fielded by Robert Dubbs, the 34. Here he goes. Robert Dubbs across the 45 up to the 48-yard line, and that's where Osage starts an offense here to kick off the second half.
Wyatt Morris, a very nice tackle there on special teams. We have some scores to pass along. Eldon and Southern Boone County, 14-14 at the first half. So we thank Steve Henderson up in Eldon for passing that score along. For Sales, man, they're going to 0-6. They're down 47-0 at halftime. Again, I understood they only had 16 kids to dress out tonight.
So Osage now, as they get started here at their own 49-yard line. Brock Arrowwood, first down carry, keeps those legs moving and has a good gain of 5. We do have our first score update from Camdenton, who are without their junior signal caller, Michael Machino, tonight. They're down against Rockbridge by a score of 42-7.
Yeah, Machino does a little bit of everything for them too. Defense, special teams.
So second down and 5 now. Solid gainer on first down. Arrowwood's night continues, and here's Drake Williams with the carry. He's got a big hole, and he has first down yardage down to the 37-yard line. We'll give him 9, and they move the change for the Osage Indians.
Nice block, Charlie Crocker, the sophomore. No, check that, junior out there got a good lead block, kicked out, and Williams made the most of it.
Man, he gets lateral and vertical so quickly. Mike, you're so shifty. So first down and 10, low play action. No, it's a misdirection, and Trusty gives it to Arrowwood, who's stuffed after a gain of 2. Good recognition by the second level defensively for Hallsville.
Yeah, Wyatt Moore's a good tackle again. Arrowwood really hits the hole quickly. But I've noticed a trend for Osage. They go on pretty much the first snap count. Once they get set at the line of scrimmage, it's 1 and go.
Wyatt Morris, the leading tackler for Hallsville coming into tonight. He's been active so far as Arrowwood. Big carry up the middle as first down yardage down to the 25-yard line, 10 yards, and a Beck Wellness Center first down to the 25-yard line of Hallsville.
13 carries now, 75 yards for Arrowwood, and he's got the Indians set up here. You'd have to say they're pretty much in field goal range already, but they have higher aspirations.
Almost feel like once they hit the logo at midfield, they're in field goal range when you got Brady Clark on the sideline. So first down and 10 from the 25. Here's a pitch to Colt Butler. Second time we've seen this play tonight. Colt Butler cuts inside, across the 10, inside the 5, to the house. Touchdown, Colt Butler from 25 yards out. Osage strikes first. However, there's a penalty marker on the field at the 18-yard line.
I was getting ready to applaud Osage for their good blocks in space. They're talking about this. There's a chance this one might be picked up. Nope. Oh, touchdown's good. Oh, personal foul. The personal foul it's a dead ball foul, so the touchdown from 25 out counts for Butler. And will they assess this on the extra point?
Yeah, what a run by Colt Butler. The first time tonight, he got 8. This time from 25 yards out. Big cutback makes the guy miss, and he is patient, and he scores.
He never went down either.
Yeah, impressive stuff by the sophomore. We talked about him in the pregame. We thought he was a playmaker, and just 2 carries tonight, 33 yards and a score.
Well, Coach said in your interview, pregame interview, you mentioned the 2 running backs, Williams and Arrowwood. He goes, yeah, we got some other guys too coming.
And here's a big moment right here for Hallsville, right? The second half didn't get off to a start you wanted. After the score, then you get the penalty. So now we find out, what's this Hallsville team made of, right? On this next series, do you keep your composure? Can you stick to your game plan? Or at this point, here's an opportunity for this game to get out of hand when you talk about how quick Osage can move and how mean this defense can be. So the extra point. It's up. Oh. I think sometimes Brady Clark forgets that ball had a family. The extra point is good, so Osage takes 2 minutes and 4 seconds to strike here in the second half, and it's Colt Butler from 25 yards out. Osage out in front by a score, 18-8. Get a look at our Osage student section on your Ozarks Homes fan cam, and maybe a little quiet early after falling behind 8-0, but Osage now scoring your last 18 points. And this kickoff, Mike, from the 45-yard line, if you're Osage, you try a 10-15 yard pooch kick to land it about the 30-25 and catch Hallsville napping.
Well, that finally gives me an explanation. What happened here is the kickoff, that the penalty was assessed on the kickoff, and so you can do several different things here with it. Just kick it in the end zone, not worry about it.
Brady Clark kicks it down to Iberia, and it'll be a touchback for Hallsville. So now, Mike, this is big. You get an opportunity if you're the junior, Landon Cunningham. This game started wonderfly for your team. The game plan was executed perfectly, but over the last 2 quarters, quarter and a half at least, it hasn't worked. So what are you made of? And how do you handle now being down at a place like School of the Osage on homecoming night, 10 points? And we're about to get our answer from the junior. That's a lot of pressure, too. When you talk about, hey, we run a hurry-up offense unless you slow it down. But every play design quarterback run or a quick hitter, and that is tough. Not much pressure, but empty backfield here for Hallsville. Will play action into the flat and had his man but couldn't convert. It was Gabriel Jenkins, the junior, who had a step and good pressure applied on Cunningham. Incomplete, brings up second down.
Yeah, they went bootleg there and had his man on the deep out. Would have been a first down if the ball had been delivered, and some people just don't throw the ball on the run as well, and that was a missed opportunity there for Hallsville. 2nd and 10.
Great play design.
Yeah.
Though you get all the defense moving one way, the quarterback sells it, just got to convert. So 2nd down and 10 now. Quick hitter, he's going back to Jenkins in the flat, and Drake Williams cleans that up. Good play defensively, and that's that quick hitter as Jenkins shaking up just a bit, but great closing speed by Drake Williams.
Yeah, looking out there, it looked like Abe Rhodes had a chance to get the block and just played through very nicely by Williams and drops it for just a yard gain.
Yeah, 3rd down and 9 as we welcome State Representative Jeff Fernetti to the booth. Of course, his son graduating just a couple years ago. Great lineman here for School of the Osage and always a friend of Lake TV's. Now 3rd down and 9 in Hallsville. Starts early. And Mike, one thing I wanted to bring up, if Hallsville had a strength in that second quarter, there was 4 situations that Osage had them in 3rd and 8 or longer, and they converted 4 times in the first half on 3rd and 8 or longer. And so that's one thing Osage wants to clean up is their 3rd down defense.
Yeah,
and that'll help. Sorry.
They wind the clock here.
So 3rd down and 13, clean pocket. Cunningham steps up, intercepted by Hunter Schreiman at the 42-yard line, cuts back across. He swung and still on his feet. Inside the 20, to the hen, to the house, touchdown. Hunter Schreiman, 42-yard pick six, and Mike, he nearly stepped out of bounds. He got swung around by a defender. What an effort by Hunter Schreiman, and it is a pick six for the 2nd consecutive week.
Yeah, I think the quarterback was bothered there a little bit. Good pressure applied from the outside by Nicholas Joyner. Got a hand on his shoulder a little bit, but that's a spectacular run. Schreiman's probably saying, well, if we can't get open on offense, I'll just take one here and take it into the end zone.
Wow, that was a great play. A little bit of an overthrow. Great lead block here, and really didn't even need it. Attempted tackle, and that is a great individual effort. The extra point is up, and it is good as Brady Clark converts it with 8:50 left in the 3rd quarter. Osage starting this second half fast. They score 14 unanswered in just 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car, did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving. So keep leading the statistics, but don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down.
This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall, injury attorneys.
And we're back here on Lake TV. Mike, where Osage just capitalizes on a pick. It was 42-yard interception return for a score for Hunter Schreiman, who has got maybe no catches so far tonight.
He hasn't been targeted.
Short kick, and that is a live football recovered by Osage. It's Osage football at the 29-yard line. And now we're going to have a personal foul to boot on Hallsville. That was just a mental lapse. It's a live football, Mike, on a kickoff.
Yeah, it looked more like a shanked punt that it worked out perfectly. The player just backed away from it. I think Hallsville coach needs to call a timeout here and kind of settle his kids down a little bit.
Takes a really fortuitous Osage bounce.
And I can say that Evanoff out there, it looked like it was going out of bounds. And that's the thing about a football. It's shaped funny and it's liable to bounce any direction. And it just checked up.
From bad to worse for Hallsville. It's at the 29, and they'll tack 15 yards on top of that for a personal foul. It should be 1st and 10 Osage at the 14-yard line.
William, 2 turnovers now in the second half and 3 penalties for 35 yards for Hallsville. So not how you would draw it up in 3 minutes and 10 seconds worth of football. Are they going to mark off the yardage here? They signaled personal foul, so it would be half the distance to the goal, probably about the, the 14 or 16-yard line, something along that line, 14-yard line. Well, they signaled the penalty, so I'm not sure why it wasn't marked off.
So 1st down and 10 at the 29-yard line. Trusty takes the snap, gives it to Arrowwood. Keeps those legs moving across the 20, close to 1st down yardage. They'll mark him at the 20 for a 9-yard gain, and it's our favorite down in football. 2nd and 1. Take a shot here for Hunter Schreiman.
Yeah, he earns a shot. He hasn't been targeted tonight. There's only been 1 completion, and that was to Wall for 11 yards.
Lined up against Gabriel Jenkins. Instead, it'll be Drake Williams inside the 20, trying to get the edge outside, and he'll be tripped up inside the 15. Good piece of tackling by Jenkins coming up from his cornerback position.
Boy.
Beck Wellness Center 1st down, but tall task.
Yeah, Williams did a great job. He ran right by the blitzer who was coming in from the left defensive end, and there really wasn't anybody to settle the corner there. Good ceiling block. Then Williams just used his speed to get outside.
Yeah, it's inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone on Osage, trying to score for the 3rd time in the first 4 minutes of this 3rd quarter.
Let's see if they go in the first sound here. Yep.
It's going to be Arrowwood inside the 10 down to the 7. We'll give him another 5 yards, inching closer to the end zone.
Boy, somebody just jumped out at me, number 75, Liam Davis, a sophomore. He is a large human being for a kid that's probably, 16 years old?
Yeah, you're not kidding, Mike. So here is 2nd down and 5. Hand off to Drake Williams. Cuts inside, and hole closes quickly. He keeps the legs moving, and he's down to about the 3-yard line. He's really close to a 1st down. It's going to be 3rd down and short at the 3.
He took a big shot, actually, from a Hallsville player from behind at the end of this run that really kind of propelled him forward. Close to the 1st down, I think just a little bit short.
You know what we don't see from Osage? Naked bootleg, Maverick Trusty run. You think over to the left side it would work?
I think Coach Jolly likes to keep things in his pocket.
Yeah, and there is, and I think Arrowwood's close. No, he scores. Brock Arrowwood from 3 yards out, just enough as he extends the football. And that's the 2nd rushing touchdown tonight for Brock Arrowwood as Osage starting to pull away here in the 3rd quarter.
Nice trap walk there by Caleb Smitherman. Allowed his man to come by, a little wham from the side, just enough room for, I'm glad they're not reviewing this one. Just enough there for Arrowwood to get it into the end zone. Well, William, you got to be pretty happy this week. The Cubs advance. The Buffalo Bills are 5-0. It's a pretty good week for you, isn't it?
Yeah, and our Osage Indians in control here. So has been a little stressful yesterday in Game 3 for the Cubs. But here's the extra point attempt. And it is up, and it is good as Brady Clark converts. So your score with 7:08 left in the 3rd quarter. Osage 32, Hallsville
8. Hey everybody, it's Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. We're in the middle of a fall home sale, so that means great deals for every room of the house. Not only do you get great deals, but we're also offering 36 months interest-free financing on everything. Don't forget, we deliver the entire lake area. So come check us out, Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
And we're back on Lake TV for our game of the week, Mike. And it's your Osage Indians playing host to Hallsville. And Hallsville, 8-0. They led after eating 8.5 minutes of that first quarter. But since that moment, it has been all Osage Indians.
Third quarter's been all Osage. And 4 minutes and 52 seconds, 3 touchdowns, 1 defensive touchdown, and 2 rushing touchdowns. That's a pretty good adjustment at halftime.
Here's Brady Clark's kick, fielded this time at the 24 by Jenkins. And that ball's on the ground and recovered by the Indians. Colt Butler forces the fumble and Robert Dubbs recovers. It is Osage Indians football. Colt Butler, an incredible effort to rip the football free, and Robert Dubbs is Johnny on the spot.
Well, you cannot have a worse scenario drawn up. And he didn't act like he was real comfortable catching the ball to begin with. Good call there on the exchange and the way it was covered up. So Osage has a chance to put this one away right here.
Yeah, how about the effort by Colt Butler and Osage? Corral to the football. Robert Dubbs right there, and Indians have it right back. This time Drake Williams gets the carry. Inside the 20, inside the 10, inside the 5, to the house for the score. Drake Williams from 22 yards out, and here come the Osage Indians onslaught tonight here on Homecoming Friday. 22 yards for Drake Williams, and his impressive night continues.
I've had Osage running 11 plays here in the second half. 3 of them have been rushing touchdowns, 25, 22, and 4. And I've got Hallsville 3 plays from scrimmage here in the second half. Clark kicks it into the night over the track.
Kidding, my goodness. And Osage flexing their muscles on a homecoming night. Your score from Kaiser, it's Osage 39, Hallsville 8.
Yet another great cup of coffee for you this week. An Eldon man charged with murder in Versailles.
Plus a mudslide at Lake of the Ozarks apartment complex?
Yeah, and we'll have the latest for you on the Oasis amusement park.
We ever gonna see any movement there? Plus Camden County resolution to honor Charlie Kirk.
And there's something new out there, a new temp tag law. We'll tell you what that's all about.
That and more on this week's Cup of Coffee.
Hey, be sure to join us for this week's COMC Community Spotlight Show. We've got our friend Don Campbell back with us. Got his own business, Designing Homes. It's Don Campbell Design Build in Osage Beach. So we'll talk about designing and building homes at the Lake of the Ozarks. Believe it or not, he might have been the reason we have the shootout. We'll hear that story. Be sure to join us for this week's COMC Community Spotlight Show.
Back here on Lake TV, where the Osage Indians are flexing their muscles. 5 minutes, 4 seconds in to the second half. They have scored 4 touchdowns, Mike.
I think it would be safe to say that Hallsville's lost their focus a little bit. Those 2 kickoff returns, one just wasn't picked up, and then the other one fumbled. Bad
Plus
combination.
The pick 6, all taking place here in this third quarter. Fielded inside the 10 and a little hesitant. Slow developing, and up to about the 18-yard line is the Hallsville Indians.
And Owen Krantz, a freshman. Nice tackle there. Stayed in his lane, kind of broke down and let the man make his move, and closed in for the tackle. Good play.
That was freshman Maddox Stinson with the return for Hallsville, and the ball's at the 19-yard line for the Hallsville Indians.
And yes, he is the youngest of the Stinson brothers. Most recent brother, graduated last year, put up those huge receiving numbers.
So you're telling me we'll be hearing the name Maddox Stinson quite frequently over these
I would
next 3
say
years.
there's a good chance of that happening.
Keeping it on the ground, and solid gainer on first down across the 30-yard line. Beck Wellness Center, first down and then some for Landon Cunningham.
But considering this is what, the 4th possession for the Hallsville Indians, that is the 4th play from scrimmage that they run here. 4th play. That's crazy. Well blocked, though. Very well blocked.
Yeah, especially considering that number 4 matches the amount of touchdowns by their opponent. And I don't know if we've ever had an instance like that. So first down and 10 at 31-yard line. Cunningham now back out of the gun. Still a full quarter and a half. And oh, what a play defensively.
Well, that was a blown play. They weren't on the same snap count. The man in the slot really flinched. They should have blown that play dead. It would have been much better for Hallsville.
Look at the effort. Brody Price shakes off the would-be block of Abe Rhodes and just throws down the quarterback. So the junior, Brady Price, makes a play, bringing up second down and 12.
But nobody got off the ball on the same snap count, so you probably can't blame Rhodes there. Something was blown up on that play before it got a chance to get started.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head, partner, when you said losing of their focus. We saw a sharp Hallsville team in that first quarter, but as things have unraveled, so has their focus. Here's a little pitch to Rhodes, and oh no, actually makes the guy miss. Still on his feet, and they blow it dead. Ooh. That's a huge break for the Osage Indians, because that young man may still be running, Dalvin Smith.
Yeah, Christian Herring came up and made a good play. We're starting to see some new names on the defense out there for Osage. We've got a timeout called here. What's number 20 step in here? This is nicely done. But you got to wrap up, man. Can't tackle high.
Yeah, I don't know why they blew that dead.
I don't either.
Unfortunate break for Hallsville.
Landon Robbins is also in on that initial tackle attempt.
We're going to let him replay the down, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of an inadvertent whistle, but I don't blame the coach for being a little upset. I mean, you've got the thing in your mouth, you're running along.
But they're letting him replay the down. They're
I've never seen this, but I mean, it's the right thing to do. But,
sure.
But I've never seen that happen. You blow the whistle, the play's dead, man.
Yeah, that's good effort by Smith, but to no avail. So second down and long now. Cunningham going to take a shot into the flat, had his man, but could not connect. He was looking for Jack Stockamp. Falls incomplete, going to bring up third down and 13.
Yeah, that was an odd-looking play. Again, a little
roughing the passer.
Okay.
Called after the play on Osage.
It goes out of camera frame for us. He might have been hearing footsteps on the turf there as it got close to him. Isn't that an automatic first down? Yeah. Okay. So Osage hadn't done anything wrong here in the second half. That's their first mistake, their first penalty of the second half. They've had 5 for 60 yards now in the game. Well, we're seeing a lot of different kids in here now. Nick Gattermeyer, freshman, just checked in.
Yeah, great job rushing off the field, too, by Brody Price to prevent. Uh-oh, look out. He's got a shot. His man, and he undershoots his intended target, did Landon Cunningham, as he had Gabriel Jenkins wide open.
I think the guy was too open. Instead of stepping into the throw and putting it on the numbers, he said, I've got him here. Just flips it out there, and it came up short.
Yeah, sometimes you try to ease it in, and especially when they're that open, you feel the need, hey, I cannot mess this up, and, you know. But it's a lot of pressure. I have a hard time throwing a football 15 yards accurately without the Osage defense trying to kill me.
Zion Lewis is also checked in.
And second down, Cunningham runs the left side, has a big hole, and here he goes. Landon Cunningham inside the 30, inside the 20 before finally taken down from behind, but it's a big gain by Landon Cunningham from the 47 all the way down to the 19. It's a 34-yard Beck Wellness Center first down, and Hallsville desperately needed that, Mike.
Yeah, and again, it's like the touchdown that Baltimore scored against the Chiefs on Sunday. It's against the second string here, but still, you look for something positive.
Quick hitter to Jenkins, and that closes quickly as Robert Dubbs and Colt Butler clean that up. We'll give him 4, maybe 5. Going to bring up second down as Hallsville has it inside Price and Randall, injury attorney's red zone. And for Osage, take a lot of pride in their defensive numbers, and they'd love to get a stop here. Cunningham up the middle. Good gainer for running into a wall, about 3. Going to bring up third down at 3 now for Hallsville at the 10.
Ethan Wall, among others, on the inside. I'm having trouble seeing some of those numbers. I think I saw 68. That's Leo Lopez.
Cunningham rolls to the right side and runs into a wall. Langolier. Caden Langolier with the stop, going to bring up 4th down and 3 after a no gainer, maybe even a half-yard loss. So good job by the front for Osage. And they're hoping to get another turnover on downs here.
Osage just plays good defense. So you see Langolier come off a block. Nicely done. Got there and wrapped him up and put him down.
That's what you put in a textbook when you teach defensive footwork and positioning, and of course a sound tackle. It's one thing we've seen tonight for Osage is there hasn't been many missed tackles.
Hallsville's got to go here, man. No, they got to call a timeout. The play clock was down to 3, and they weren't even up to the line of scrimmage yet.
They're so deliberate. So with 3:11 left in the third, Hallsville calls a timeout, and we'll be right back on Lake TV.
While it might look like I'm over here lounging, I promise I am not. We've been busy over here getting ready for this month's edition of the Monthly Market Update. I'm Jessica Bruce with the Bruce & Kelly Real Estate Team. We'll be touring a stunning luxury home here in Portachima. I'll have my good friend Will Holtz with Lake TV joining me, talking about buyers, sellers, and a little bit of tips and tricks from Mortgage Headquarters, MHQ. Fastest closings in town. Don't forget to tune in. We'll see you then.
Here on Lake TV, and it's all Osage here. 4th down and 4 for Hallsville. They've got it at the 11-yard line, Mike, and of course you know their quarterback, the junior, he's got to be getting tired, Landon Cunningham.
23 carries on the night, make it 24.
Calls his own number inside the 10, lowers his head and has 1st down yardage down to the 5-yard line. 3:03 left, and that's a Beck Wellness Center 1st down to the 5-yard line, where it'll be 1st and goal right here for Hallsville.
Schreiman in on that tackle too. I thought they would have probably taken somebody like him out. Osage showing a run blitz.
That one stuffed at about the 5, right at that initial line of scrimmage. And Osage still has their starters out there, Mike. You got Dubs and Drake Williams and Ethan Wall.
I think they brought some kids back in too once they got down here in the red zone, and you know, it doesn't matter, but you really don't want to give up a touchdown.
2nd down and goal. Here's the handoff, trying to get the edge, and he does for the score. Touchdown, Hallsville.
I think he got it. I think they got him out at the 1 actually there.
I think that Osage catches a break. A really good effort on the play by Gabriel Jenkins. I thought he had the score. He reached out. As we'll get another look here.
What do you got?
That's
touchdown. Oh, that's touchdown, man.
Yeah, he got robbed. So here's, oh, that's going to be stuffed by the Osage defense. You run into a wall like big number 66, Landon Robbins, the senior, on 3rd and goal. Loses a yard. It'll be 4th and goal from the 2. And that is a big-time call on 3rd down, with him wiping that touchdown off the board. 4th down and goal from the 2.
They go quickly here.
Trying to get in, and he will not. Osage defense stands tall. It's a turnover on downs, and once again, Landon Robbins, the senior, closes the door on the Hallsville Indians. Turnover on downs at the 1-yard line.
Wow. I mean, you had to know what was coming. I mean, that helps out a lot, but still, to be able to get that and close it down. Cunningham just off right tackle, and everybody stood him up pretty well. But you're right, that should have been a touchdown on that play to the corner.
Credit to the Osage defense, though, for not breaking. They bend a little bit, but they close quickly, and now you have it inside your own 1-yard line.
And a chance to tie a record here. Oh, they run the opportunity.
I think it'll be a offside on the hard count. And then
I
that
do too.
Caused the offense to jump. Regardless, it's going to be about a 1/10 of a football if it's on Osage. And
they did call it. Okay, but so still a chance to set a record here with a 99-yard touchdown.
What is the Missouri record? 98?
99 yards, I was assuming. I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
So it would tie.
Yeah. You can't get any more than 99.
Unless it's a pick 6. that we saw a week ago was unbelievable. Mike, 108 yards.
Have they certified that yet?
Well, Parr said that it was in their stat book, 108 yards. And so with our video and their official statistician, that they would be able to, and it looks like that will stand as a new Missouri record. So here's the handoff to Arrowwood, who lowers his shoulder and gives the Indians a little breathing room up to about the 8-yard line.
Got
We'll
about
give him
7 there, maybe, or 6?
He'll give him 5 or 6, yeah, maybe even 7.
He's had a good night, man.
Yeah, from the 1 to the 8, so it'll be 2nd down and 3.
A couple of touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. They've distributed the wealth rather well here in the second half.
Trusty going to take a shot. Looking
He's
for
got it.
Schreiman, who he's got. He pushes off a little bit. Did he make the catch? No. We're going to call a penalty. If anyone, I think Hunter Schreiman pushed off, to be honest.
I thought there was contact maybe before the push-off, which kind of initiated the push-off, but the defender lost track of the ball, and that makes it an easier call for the official. Let's see here.
Yeah, it had to be on.
It had to be on the defense, I think.
No, it's got to be on Schreiman.
Okay.
I mean, they call it on the defense, but as he's turning around, the kid just coming at him, he pushes him away, and then he falls back after pushing him. I mean, I'm glad they give it to Osage, but I feel like Hallsville.
Well, the way I saw it is that the defender wasn't playing the ball, and he made contact with Schreiman, who then pushed off to make some space, but I think the contact had already been initiated.
But if you're Hallsville, you got to feel like
everything has gone against you in this one.
Yeah, everything that could bounce or call or hop has certainly gone against Hallsville. So 1st down and 10 now as we get a whistle.
Somebody lined up offside on offense. Schreiman kind of shook his head and walked away. I'm not sure what's going on here. Is it an equipment issue maybe? Yeah, they're going to make Schreiman come out of the game. There was something about his equipment that the officials spotted. I don't think there's any. Yeah, there's going to be a penalty. No, they're saying no penalty. Yeah, there will be a penalty. So it's an equipment violation. He may not have had his mouthpiece in, may not have had the chin strap snapped correctly.
Well, they don't.
No, they just move it back to the original line of scrimmage. So they're just getting him off the field for the equipment safety.
Drake Williams gets the carry, still on his feet across the 25.
Oops.
Across the 30, and
there was some contact. I think they just rode him down on the sideline. I don't think it was somebody that came in late. It didn't look good, though, did it?
No.
So 12-yard pickup here for it could have been a face mask. Yeah, it could have been a lot of stuff, too.
Yeah, the way the defender went down as the other Hallsville player made contact, that put him in a vulnerable position. And fortunately for Drake Williams, nothing hurt, and he was right back up. But, yeah, that was a lot more dangerous looking than I had initially thought. So Schreiman back out there, 1st down and 10. Ball's at the 35, and Schreiman now gets an early start. It's going to be false start on Osage. Back to the 30-yard line as we have 1:02. Oh, disregard the penalty?
Okay, I can do that. I'm very flexible in these regards. Especially when it's 9 o'clock and I haven't eaten supper. Here's the deep out.
Schreiman, the intended target, catches it. Little stutter step across midfield. Across the 40, still on his feet and down to the 39-yard line. Be a penalty flag, a couple of them. Mark it at the 39, so we'll give him 26 yards. A Beck Wellness Center 1st down, and now we'll wait for the penalty flag.
That's the first offensive catch of the night for Schreiman. Man, that play was so open. Well, I thought he'd stepped out. Oh, face mask. I thought he'd stepped out of bounds, but he tight-roped that sideline. Great job.
Yeah, look at the footwork here.
Basketball, you call this court awareness. I don't know what you call in football, but he did it well. Oh, that doesn't look good at all, man.
Phenomenal shot from our sideline camera operator, Brady Ford, man. He is on it. That guy has a knack for the ball. So ball's at the 24-yard line, first down and 10 inside. 1 minute to play in the third quarter. Trusty hands it off to Brock Arrowwood, who has it down to the 20 for a 4-yard gain. And Osage, they've lived inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone tonight. Back at it.
Does Osage go on the first snap count every time?
If they do, I have not picked up on that, but now
Set,
that you
go.
mention that, it seems
Set,
like
go.
it.
I think this goes back to Coach Jolly's Eldon days. Set, go.
Ethan Wall, the intended target. That closes quickly and modest gain. They'll bring up third down after a gain of 1. Good closing speed defensively for Hallsville. That was Wyatt Riley, a freshman out there, and that's going to conclude our third quarter. And in the third quarter alone, Osage outscores Hallsville 28-0. They lead by a score of 39-8. We'll be back on Lake TV with the fourth quarter after this. It's the Lake Expo app, the lake's trusted news source, the boating lifestyle, the hottest lakefront real estate, where to go, what to see, and what to do at the lake. It's the Lake Expo app. Download it today. Back here on Lake TV, where Osage pulls away in that third quarter, Mike, and of those 28 points, they were all in the first 4.5 minutes of that third quarter.
Yeah, Butler, 25-yard run. Williams, 22. Arrowwood, 4. And Schreiman with the pick 6. A spectacular return after the interception. Excuse me.
So a couple of candidates for player of the game tonight. You go Colt Butler, Brock Arrowwood, Hunter Schreiman, Drake Williams. Taking a shot here for Hunter Schreiman in the flat. He hauls it in, and now the ball is fumbled. No, they're going to say incomplete pass. Good call by the far side official. That's going to bring up fourth down and 6.
Yeah, I think maybe just peeked up after the contact came in. Yeah, he hadn't secured it. That was borderline, though.
Yeah, bang, bang play. A lot of times without replay, you see that call stand, and that's going to bring out Brady Clark, this time from the 19 and give him 8. 27, about a 37-yard attempt this time, and he's already hit from 41. Not so sure. I don't like risking messing up his perfect season. But then again, in this situation,
I don't think he's really concerned about that.
No.
But the big concern here is it makes it a 34-point lead instead of scoring a touchdown.
The hole by Dubs. The kick is up. It's high, but it is short and right. So he pushes it, does Brady Clark, and with 11:48 left in the fourth, Osage, no points on that series, and Hallsville gets it back.
I bet they took time off the clock. Something I talked about earlier, my friend who was a great soccer player pointed out to me, it's all about the plant foot, and it just looked like he landed on that left plant foot with it a little bit sideways. And my friend told me that where direction that plant foot is pointed is probably where the ball is going to go. And it looked to me like he had it towed in to the right. And where did the ball end up? He hit a little bit fat, too.
So now that keeps it at a 31-point game with 11:48 left. And back out there offensively, Landon Cunningham out of the gun. Runs right up the middle. Hole closes quickly, and Cunningham has 3, maybe 4 on first down.
Yeah, we'll call it 4, but man, oh man. They've got to somehow develop a running game, don't you think? I mean, other than your quarterback with an empty backfield, I don't know, man.
Yeah, you would think. So second down and 6. This time they run the receiver in motion, who takes a sweep, and that closes quickly. Just a couple of yards on the play. And again, we're seeing more of number 20, Christian Herring, and He had a solid game a couple of weeks ago down the stretch at Eldon as he got into the mix in that fourth quarter and had a good game running the football. And now 3rd down and 8. Sorry, 3rd down and 2. Looking the wrong way. Hallsville has it at their own.
Well, they've been going Osage's way most of the second half. So
Cunningham calls his own number. He's got a Beck Wellness Center first down up to the 31-yard line, and so they'll move the sticks. In case you're wondering what else is on Lake TV this week, don't forget you can catch the entire season of the LOZ featured doc series on demand now on Roku, YouTube, Amazon Fire, and on the Lake TV website. First down and 10 into the flat, taking a shot. Arrowwood for the second time tonight hauls that in. Across the 40. Brock Arrowwood has 1 pick six. He's thinking number 2. We do have a penalty flag, and he's all the way down to the 30-yard line. Of course, a couple of flags. A late one flies in, so they'll mark this off. But regardless, Brock Arrowwood, his 2nd interception of the night and his 4th of the season.
And the 4th turnover here in the second half. Osage is dropping 6, sometimes 7 in coverage, and they're playing zone, and that ball hung up a little bit. So they're watching the quarterback, a personal foul against Osage on the return, and it was spotted at the 33, so they'll move it back to about the 48. But Arrowwood just playing the quarterback, watching the quarterback. I'm not sure why this was a personal foul.
It's after the play. That one was the first penalty right there. That's Hallsville, number 75, gets called for it.
So we're going to have offsetting here?
Well, I don't know if you can have offsetting because you'd have to replay the down.
Well, no, it had been post-possession either way. So
gotcha, okay.
It's Osage's ball. They're going to mark off 15. They're going to take us back to the, well.
There's a targeting call, so that'll be an ejection for a Hallsville player. And really, they got that right. That was ill-advised after the play. You hate to see those dangerous style plays. And so they'll mark the personal foul, I believe.
And then go right back to where they were to begin with. So it's just a push. Should be Osage's ball at the 32. No, maybe one was a bad block, a hold. They're going to say 10-yard penalty, then the 15-yard penalty. I don't know why you just move it up 5 from the original spot.
And now they're not sure what they're doing. But Osage's defense, they've had 5 takeaways tonight, 3 interceptions, Mike, and then on kickoff, 1 just a recovery, blatant as can be. The very next kickoff, a forced fumble recovery by Osage. And now, with those 5 takeaways, they lead by 31 and have it 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
You've had 4 turnovers in the second half and 65 yards in penalties. That is a recipe to be down by 31. After only being down by 3 at halftime.
And especially considering the way this game began for Hallsville, Mike, not sure we saw this coming down the stretch. First down, Drake Williams gets the carry, trying to get outside, lowers his head, still on his feet before he's finally wrestled down near the 30-yard line. He'll lose a couple, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and long.
Yeah, one of the really good defensive plays in the night by Hallsville, just stringing that out. Osage pulled the guards to get out in front, and Hallsville hustling down the line, got there and was able to drop him for a 2-yard loss. Not many of those tonight.
No, and for Osage, they're just fine with that. The clock runs, and a really good night overall here at homecoming as Brock Arrowwood gets another carry. And he's upended and taken down after a gain of 5. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Well, I guess we're on the road next Friday night. It'll be Osage and Boonville. Boonville at what, 3-2?
3-2, and they have California tonight, and so
probably 4-2.
Presumably, it'll be the 4-2 Boonville Pirates playing host to the 5-1 Osage Indians. Both teams ranked in the top 8 of Class 3 currently. That will certainly change heading into next week, Mike.
Nice press box up there. Not a terrible drive.
3rd down and 7. Trusty, clean pocket, taking a shot, looking for Schreiman. Comes back, and does he make the catch?
They're going to get
he does! It's a touchdown for Hunter Schreiman. He came back and he made the catch. They've yet to signal it, but that is a touchdown. No, they're saying it's incomplete.
Well, there's going to be interference here. Is going to be the call.
I think it's a touchdown. The official never blew. He was throwing the flag.
You got to play the ball, man.
Oh, no.
That's an easy call for the official. Number 14, Hank Heller, Sr., was, kind of arm barring him, but he never turned to look for the ball. If you're making contact like that and you turn and look for the ball, you can get away with that, but not that way.
I stand corrected. Good look on the replay as that ball did hit the ground. But do you blame me for thinking if Hunter Schreiman had a chance, he certainly caught it?
If it's in the vicinity of him, you think there's a good chance of him making the catch. That's for sure.
He's been so fun to watch these last 3 years. So 1st down and 10 from the 13-yard line. It's going to be Brock Arrowwood with the carry, and he's down to the 5-yard line. We'll give him 9 on the 1st down carry, and his impressive night continues as Osage inside the Price and Randall Injury Attorneys red zone, looking to extend this lead, and importantly, Mike, should put it over 35 and lead to a running clock.
I've got Arrowwood for 119 yards on the night with 2 touchdowns.
And 2 interceptions.
2 picks, too.
Defensively, and, there's a lot of candidates, but I think Brock Arrowwood may be your player of the game tonight.
If he gets his hat trick with a touchdown here, and he
does.
Did. Oh,
Brock Arrowwood into the end zone.
What's the spot? It's good. It's a touchdown, it looked to me like, but let's see here.
They're going to say he's down inside the 1-inch line, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Indians, and they'll go quick here as that clock runs. Trusty gets the signal, and pretty good call there, it looks like.
Yeah, I believe so.
Of course, from us, we're on the far side of this press box all the way. So 1st down and goal. Trusty under center.
He's going to sneak it.
He is indeed. A little tush-push action. And Osage, no signal yet. Touchdown. Maverick Trusty calls his own number. And Maverick Trusty's impressive season continues. Mike, that is the 3rd rushing touchdown for Trusty. And you said earlier that was their version of the tush push. That was the real version of the tush push right there. Osage extends their lead. They're up 45-8.
I'm trying to think of an alliteration here. The tribulation, something along those lines. But that was it. He got pushed from behind there into the end zone.
The tribe tuck.
Okay.
Here's the extra point. Nathan Grohl will snap. Robert Dubbs holds, and Brady Clark extends the Osage lead with 7:39 left. They're out in front, 46-8. You're watching exclusive coverage of Osage Indians football on Lake TV.
It all started in Missouri.
These hills have heard our language.
This identity is more than just a history lesson.
We are a nation that stands very strong because of the people that came before us.
We're Osage, and the Osages come from Missouri.
So, Mike, as we welcome you back to the game of the week, it's Hallsville and it's Osage in Hallsville. 8.5 minutes, 16 or 17 plays, it seemed like, from scrimmage, and they led 8-0 with just a couple minutes left in that first quarter. And since that moment, Osage forced 5 takeaways, and they lead 46-8. Is Osage just that good, Mike, or do you feel like it has to do with a lot of the adjustments made by Osage forcing Hallsville to lose their focus?
Well, I think Hallsville being so, kicked it in the end zone, bring it out to the 20. Hallsville being so one-dimensional, I think it's going to make it easier for you to make adjustments. But I look at their quarterback, and he's had 29 carries on the night. The rest of the team, 2 carries. So, Coach Jolly's been around the block. You're going to do that, and he's going to have an answer for it somewhere along the line.
Yeah, and they've picked off Cunningham 3 different times here with 7:39 left in the fourth quarter. Quick hitter into the flat. Good block, and Good run after the catch up to the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. That's about a 7-yard gainer on first down. And the receiver, Lawson Burks, the senior, hauls it in. Going to bring up 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, good pass there. Time to throw again. I wonder if Osage has subbed out a lot of players as he Gage Tournier at an outside backer.
Dalvin Smith in motion, and that ball's on the ground. Or
yeah, when you see the sandbag thrown in there like that, it means it's on the ground. We do have an update for Eldon. They're down 27-20 to Southern Boone with 1:40 left.
Yeah, Southern Boone just 1-4 coming into that game, and Eldon, they can't tie that or come back. They're in jeopardy of losing their 3rd consecutive. Of course, Eldon, they get those easier, and I wouldn't say easier, but just lighter opponents early in the season. And we've seen now the last 4 or 5 years, Mike, they're always 2-1 or 3-0.
Yeah.
And I know the Eldon faithful just waiting for them to take that next step these last 5-6 seasons. And really, you got to know going in 2-0, 3-0, you get Osage that every single year on week 3 or 4. It's a tough matchup here lately for Eldon. Quick hitter into the flat, nice little shimmy, and first down yardage across the 30. Good gain by Gabriel Jenkins, the leading receiver, and he's had himself a nice night. And I know that it's been tough, but he has got a couple of carries and 4 or 5 catches, I believe, thus far.
Yeah, and good play there by Colt Butler to get there initially, kind of hang on until some help came. They threw that flanker screen and had quite a few blockers out in front.
Now, Colt Butler, number 2, only a sophomore. Yeah. He's a name that he will probably be the heart and soul of this Osage offense next season. Only a sophomore. So first down and 10. Here's Smith with the carry. And he goes nowhere. First man there is Gage Tournier, the junior, as you called his name just moments ago. So 2nd down, and for Osage, they can enjoy this one tonight, but I can tell you they got a tough matchup next week with Boonville. Boonville put it on Hallsville earlier, and in case you're wondering, head coach Paul Stevens, he said that he was the assistant head coach with Boonville, but he called Greg Huff his best friend. Tournier nearly got a big paw on that, and that's a completion. That's Lawson Burks, the senior, and he's got a Beck Wellness Center first down up to the 43-yard line. Of course, Greg Huff, longtime Boonville coach in his 9th season. He's won over 100 games in his high school career. And we're looking real forward to next Friday night,
Should be
Mike.
fun. That's a beautiful facility. They've really, if you haven't been here recently, they have all their softball and baseball fields right there around the stadium. It's nice.
So inside, 5 minutes to go. Penalty flags flying. Clock continues to run. I didn't realize, the running clock, as it is a 38-point game.
Scores, injury, quarter break, or timeout. Looks like Southern Boone has extended their lead. They're up 34-20 now.
So Eldon, they'll fall to 3-3. Tough go for them. We'll have the Eldon Mustangs in a couple of weeks. Week 8 of the high school football season. They'll be at home versus California.
Pintos are down this year.
Some great teams historically. If you remember, Marty Albertson and Jaden Barr went to 3 straight state quarterfinal matchups, losing to the eventual state champion every year. Oak Grove, the 3rd year, the first 2 years, Maryville. You remember those teams, though, and they play Eldon and Versailles?
Oh, yeah. I remember that California was the last team to beat Blair Oaks before they started their run. They had Corey Walk and some really good, talented teams that like to run the score up on people.
Yeah. 2nd down and 5 now. Ball's at the 48-yard line. Just late time here. This one already over is Dalvin Smith now. Nice carry across the 30, inside the 20, and Colt Butler forces him out at about the 10-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 8. So officially, it'll be a 40-yard Beck Wellness Center first down, and Hallsville now has it 1st and goal from the 8-yard line.
So final on Versailles, they go to 0-6, 61-0 Amen. Man, those poor kids. When you got 16 kids dressed out, Man, that's tough.
I'm not good at math, but I feel like some of those kids must play both ways and maybe special teams.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. You got 5 extras.
Cunningham now out of the gun, quick hitter into the flat, has Smith who hauls it in, trying to get outside, and good piece of tackling by Tournier, preventing the score, and Dalvin Smith on the quick hitter. He was trying to find the end zone, but Gage Tournier had other ideas, brings up 2nd down and goal from the 6 after a 2-yard gain, Mike.
Yeah, most of the offense for Hallsville here in the second half was that 42-yard run from Dalvin Smith just a little while ago. They've been bottled up, and then some complete passes here as well, too.
So 2nd down and goal from the 7. Fakes the pitch and then into the end zone for the touchdown. Landon Cunningham.
Landon Cunningham on the carry.
Puts it in, and that's the 2nd score tonight for Hallsville with 2:33 left here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and good for him. I mean, it's his 30th plus carry of the night. Get a score, make you feel a little bit better. I'm not sure who Hallsville's got next week, but I know they haven't played Blair Oaks yet.
They're at Southern Boone
next
Friday. The extra point is blocked, but right through the upright. Hit a defender's mitt and ricochets right over the crossbar. So now in tonight's game, we literally have seen everything with 2:33 left. Osage in control by a score, 46-15.
So what are you in for? I had a few beers and I decided to drive. You? I stopped at a green light. I was high.
Dude, you can't be drunk or high while driving.
Yeah, that's illegal. Even just slightly buzzed or high decreases your reaction time by at least 50%. What? It does.
Well, what did you guys do?
Us, we robbed the house.
Be a good guy. Don't drive drunk or high.
It's time for a new home, and your solution is Ozark Homes under the water tower in Laurie. Your home is and should be your safe place. At Ozark Homes, we take your dream and make it a reality while staying within your budget. With real estate and construction prices at an all-time high, let Ozark Homes stretch your dollar. We have many customizable options, including kitchens, bathrooms, fireplaces. We even offer a second level option. Quotes are always free, so give us a call or stop by today. Ozark Homes, making homeowners' dreams a reality for over 30 years.
Back here on Lake TV, where Hallsville cuts it to a 31-point game on Landon Cunningham's 7th rushing touchdown of the season.
Osage has their hands team out there fully expecting an onside kick.
Instead, it is a deep kickoff fielded at the 20-yard line. That's Maverick Trusty, and he goes down, but just a little too late as he takes a shot at about the 27-yard line, and with 2:28 left. Call this garbage time, Mike.
Yes. Kind of setback. It was fun to be at Arrowhead last Sunday and have a no-stress 4th quarter. The Chiefs hardly ever win that way.
So, Mike, I'll head down to the field to get ready for the post-game show, our Van Subaru post-game show, and Mike will take it away here the rest of the 4th.
The continuous clock is off since the lead now is 31. 1st and 10 for Schooley Osage. They've had a huge second half. Trusty still in, and a good running play, just a dive off right tackle straight ahead. I believe that was Arrowwood.
Brock Arrowwood, the ball carrier.
And about 8 yards on the pickup. Flip my score sheet over here.
Brings up a 2nd down and 2.
2nd down and 2 from the 35 as we hit the 2-minute mark. So next week we'll have Schooley Osage, who will be at 5-1, taking on the Boonville Pirates. They were 3-2 coming in tonight. I'm not sure who they were playing this evening. Arrowwood has had a big night. 2 picks, 2 touchdowns, well over 100 yards. Maverick, a little big hole off left tackle, sidestep move, and running the ball there was Christian Herring. Herring getting his first carry, and it's plenty for a 1st down and 8-yard pickup.
Brought down by Hank Heller.
Herring's gotten some defensive playing time with his first carry of the night. And the clock continues to run with 1:29 remaining. William will have, I'm sure, Coach Jolly, who will be in a very convivial mood as he gets down to the field, and hopefully a player of the game as well, too. 1st and 10 from the 43. 46-15, Osage with the lead here. Taking the clock all the way down. Trusty up under center here. He's got the play clock in the end zone, and he'll just take a knee. So that, my friends, is in my mind good sportsmanship. Well, I hate to give Trusty a minus rushing number there, but that's the case. And they will have to run the clock down one more. 25 seconds on the play clock. He can take it down to about 20. One more kneel down, and that's the ball game. And he does that. And they reset the play clock to 40, so they do not have to run the ball again. And that's the way we wrap it up. 46-15. 4 touchdowns in the third quarter for Osage. 3 rushing touchdowns, a pick 6. And the Indians be a little more specific tonight. School of the Osage with the win gets their record to 5-1. And Hallsville falls to 2-4. Again, our other scores from tonight. I haven't seen a Camden score for a while. Apparently, Eldon fell to Southern Boone County 34-20. And Versailles at 0-6 now. They lose to Adrian 61-0. But our final here on homecoming at School of the Osage 46-15. Post-game show coming up next right here on Lake TV.
At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
During this chapter of life, we are really taking the time to enjoy the little things.
So it was important to have our final wishes pre-planned so our family wouldn't be burdened later on.
Hedges Scott Millard made it simple, but thorough. They provided us with different options right here in the comfort of our home.
We are so glad that we planned ahead. Now a whole lot more of this, a little of this, all with the peace of mind we wanted.
At Hedges Scott Millard, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life. Take time to enjoy it.
Tailgate season is here. Get ready for the fun at Husker GMC. We have the best prices on Sierra trucks, perfect for every adventure. Right now, buy a new Sierra 1500 Elevation and save over $9,000 off MSRP. There's a reason why so many customers choose Husker GMC. Shop and save on Sierra 1500, 2500, and 3500 at your GMC truck headquarters. Shop now at huskergmc.com or visit our showroom in Lincoln. We are professional grade.
Competing on the field requires hard work.
It also requires effort and making good choices, which carries over off the field.
Like good choices behind the wheel of your car, did you know that a driver is 20 times more likely to be in a serious accident if texting and driving?
Last year alone, 104 people were killed in Missouri from distracted driving. So keep leading the statistics, but don't become one.
Buckle up, phones down.
This Drive Safe, Boat Safe reminder brought to you by Price & Randall, injury attorneys.
Hey everybody, it's Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. We're in the middle of a fall home sale, so that means great deals for every room of the house. Not only do you get great deals, but we're also offering 36 months interest-free financing on everything. Don't forget, we deliver the entire lake area. So come check us out, Slumberland Furniture, where we're bringing happy home.
It's the Lake Expo app, the lake's trusted news source, the boating lifestyle, the hottest lakefront real estate, where to go, what to see, and what to do at the lake. It's the Lake Expo app. Download it today. Back here at School of the Osage, it's time for your Van Subaru post-game show. I got head coach Shannon Jolly. And, Coach, I think the result you're probably hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good win. I mean, great crowd tonight. And
it's a good way to end the Friday night. We just got some interior things just to polish up a little bit. A little disappointed in the stretch of the end of the game to try to get some things cleaned up, penalties and things like that. But it got a little bit different out there towards the end of the game, so it's something to work on.
Yeah, and it seemed like your defense time and time again. I know that last score late in the game, you didn't want that, but you guys didn't break. You ended up forcing 5 turnovers tonight. Talk about your defense.
Well, I just think when you take a team, this Hallsville team's explosive, but when you push the ball down the field and throw it as much as they do, sometimes it's going to put you out there. And we just made some really good plays, and Coach Hess and the defensive guys put them in great position. And, that's what happens when you put the ball in the air a lot, and things like that can happen.
So after that first drive for Hallsville, people watching saw him come down 8.5 minutes, 20 plays up 8-0. Seems like you guys made every adjustment you needed to.
I don't even know if it was just an adjustment. I mean, they came out and had things scripted pretty good and took the clock, and hats off to them. They did exactly what they needed to do in the first, trying to create momentum for his team, and I thought they outplayed us. And then we were kind of on our heels, and that's the disappointing part, is not us waiting for them to do something instead of making something happen. But, yeah, no, I mean, it's a good football team. There's nothing wrong with that group right there.
Coach, 11-8 at the half. Talk about the first 6 minutes of the third quarter.
I didn't know how long it was, but it's good special teams play and guys getting after the ball. And when you improve as a football team, then you can take time to work on some other things, like getting the ball out and doing some things like that. The kick that we dropped down and covered, just heads up play, and created a ton of momentum for our team.
All right, Coach, saw a lot of big-time players for you tonight. Probably no one bigger than the game that Brock Arrowwood had tonight. What can you say about his effort?
Does that surprise you?
Nope.
He's a program kid, man. We love Brock, and he's been here, like I said, when he was his 99-pound version when he was a freshman to now. And but I'm really proud of, probably more proud of that than anything, because that's what we try to do. That's the goal of our program, is to develop kids, and not just physically, but on and off the field. And Brock's he'd be a billboard for us.
All right, Coach, you guys get the W. You improved to 5-1. How long do you enjoy this win before you start focusing on the Boonville Pirates?
As long as it does for you to take that tie off. So we'll see how that goes. You let me know when you get that tie undone, and we'll talk about it. But I'm almost over it right now. We're looking forward to next week.
Coach, thank you so much. Congratulations on the win. That's head coach Shannon Jolly as we're right here on the field. I believe I'm going to throw it back up to Mike Bissell in the booth. So Mike's going to give you some stats, and I'll be right back down here with your player of the game.
All right, thanks, William. We are ready to roll here with the stats as School of Osage gets this big win here tonight. Again, Versailles falls to Adrian, Eldon falls to Southern Boone, and Camden to Rockbridge. Let's look at Hallsville first. They're 2-4 now, 1-2 in conference play. Cunningham, 31 carries, 111 yards. He had the touchdown very late in the game there. Smith had 3 carries for 48 yards, and Jenkins had a couple of in-arounds for 9 yards, and then Stockamp had 1 for 7. So the total for rushing, 182 for Hallsville on 38 attempts. They had 2 fumbles. The passing stats, Cunningham was 14 of 22. The percentage was pretty good, but he did throw 3 picks in the game as well, too. 14 for 22. The catches went to Stockamp, 2 for 21. Jenkins, 5 for 34. A lot of these were very late in the game, too. And Burks had 6 for 46. So 101 through the air, 182 rushing. So 282 total offense, but the penalties were crazy against Hallsville. 5 turnovers and 10 penalties totaling 100 yards. For the School of the Osage Indians, they go to 5-1, and they have pretty much locked down the #1 seed in their district. Again, at 5-1, nobody's really challenging them record-wise. And on top of the 5-1 record with 3 games to go, the 3 teams immediately behind them in the district, they've beaten head-to-head, so you get the tiebreaker there. So they're in very good shape in that regard. And the significance of that is you get the first round bye, and then you play the lowest seed in the semifinals. Butler had 1 carry, check that, 2 carries for 33 yards. The 1 carry in the second half was for 25 and a touchdown. Trusty, 3 for -1, had a couple kneel downs there. But even with 3 carries for -1 yard, he had a touchdown run, so that's all good. Williams just missed out on 100 yards, 12 carries for 98. He had a 22-yarder for a touchdown in the second half. Arrowwood, 22 for 130. 2 touchdowns rushing and a pick 6. And then Herring very late in the game had an 8-yarder. So the rushing totals for Schooley Osage, very big number, 268 on 40 attempts. And then the passing stats, there wasn't a lot of passing done by Osage tonight. They were 3 for 8 for 39 yards. Wall had 2 for 13, and Schreiman had 1 for 26. So 39 yards through the air, 268 rushing, 307 from scrimmage for Schooley Osage. And the penalty situation, 7 for 81, probably too much. But the big difference in the game is that Schooley Osage didn't turn the ball over, and Hallsville did. Let's send it back down to the field now. William Holtz is ready for another guest.
Thanks, Mike. Now I've got our Show Me Zero player of the game, Hunter Schreiman. Now, last time we had an Osage game, Hunter, you had 3 touchdown catches. That's normally where you do your damage, but tonight, a big pick 6 for 42 yards. Walk us through that play.
Well, I think it was 10 across the field, and I seen him and I stuck with him, and the ball was a little overthrown, and I caught it, and then broke a tackle, and then we blocked really well. No blocks in the back. Everyone did their job. Yell Oski, and everyone helped me get there. So.
Now, Hunter, we've watched you the last couple of years build a real chemistry with Maverick. Talk about what you two have and how you guys are so comfortable playing together.
I think it has a lot to do with just trusting everyone on the team. Like Maverick trusts the offensive line. I trust him. He trusts me. I trust Maverick. Coaches trust both of us to make a play. And this year, we've definitely taken a step up from last year, and I think it's just going to continue to get better for the rest of the year.
Hunter, there's been some really good wide receivers that play both ways here at Schooley Osage. What's it mean to you to know that you are one of the top Osage Indian receivers to ever come through this program?
Well, I think that, it's good to know. It feels good, but season's not over. There's still a lot more damage to do, and I'm just glad to play with everyone here. I'm just really happy to play on this team. It's a lot of fun. So
you guys improved to 5-1. How long do you enjoy this before you and the guys start focusing on the Boonville Pirates?
Till I go to sleep tonight. Tomorrow I'll get up early, watch some film, and get ready for Boonville. So not long, just tonight.
That is Hunter Schreiman. He's your Save Mo Lives player of the game. Hunter, good stuff tonight, and thanks for your time. Big 42-yard pick 6 by the senior Hunter Schreiman, who continues an incredible senior campaign for the Osage Indians, who take care of business tonight and finish off the Hallsville Indians by a score of 48-15. As we wrap up our Van Subaru postgame show from School of the Osage, we'll be back next Friday in Boonville, where these 5-1 Indians travel to play the 4-2 Boonville Pirates. From School of the Osage, for the entire Lake TV crew, I'm William Holtz. Until next Friday, my friends, good night and God bless.
So what are you in for? I had a few beers and I decided to drive. You? I stopped at a green light. I was high.
Dude, you can't be drunk or high while driving.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Even just slightly buzzed or high decreases your reaction time by at least 50%.
What?
It does.
Well, what did you guys do?
Us, we robbed the house.
Be a good guy. Don't drive drunk or high.